never inside really happy right now. He said he's gonna quit his job, but I'll change somehow. But I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. My lungs are all filled with smoking THC. So every time I get to laughing, I start to cough and wheeze. Yes, I do. If I didn't have my cigarette, if I killed someone, then it wouldn't matter that the state of Texas won't let me in. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. But my heart it sure ain't pumping like it used to do. Lord knows I bump my leg and it turns black and blue. Yes, it does. Now they say that it's unhealthy the way that I live. My liver's gone, my lungs are shot, my heart's about to give. But I ain't gonna let that bother me, no. 'Cause I'm drinking, smoking, Contra Rebels, son. I ain't gonna let that bother me, none, oh Lord. 'Cause I'm drinking, smoking, Contra Rebels, son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. Ain't gonna be here long. Ain't gonna be here long. No, not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. I'm drinking, smoking, guns of rebel son. Whoa.
And welcome everybody to Fren Report Live number 14. With me tonight I have Air Raid Siren.
Howdy, folks.
I have Jamie Birch.
Hello.
And new to the show tonight is Bananapepper. So
Howdy, everybody.
if you've been watching on D Live, you know Bananapepper from the chat, but it's his first time on the show. So, been a crazy day today, huh? Oh, what the fuck's going on in Michigan there?
Yeah.
Like fucking, first they weren't gonna confirm the vote or whatever in Wayne County there, Detroit. Then they like doxed and harassed the hell out of the fucking Republicans that were supposed to sign off on it. So they ended up doing it, but they're calling for an audit. So I don't know how that's gonna play out.
Well, it's good if they can force it. I didn't hear about what caused the switch. I just heard that there was a switch. I figured there was some bullshit going on. Like, why would they stick their necks out in the first place if they're just going to fold, 5 minutes later? But,
yeah. Well, I mean, like, there's one fucking Arab dude. Or something. He's some kind of one of them. Something's. They all look the same to me.
That's racist, yo.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
But
you noticed.
you don't say.
That's the idea.
But He was like threatening the woman's because there was like a male and a female Republican that was supposed to sign off on it, and this one dude like I haven't fully watched the video. I think I got it bookmarked on Twitter, so we can't watch it in a minute. But he this dude was fucking like they doxed the hell out of him, and dude was like
her kids, right? You like doxed her
kids, and yeah, like all kind of crazy shit. So
yeah, he basically said, "Oh, you wouldn't want your kids living in this kind of world," and then he basically doxed the actual name of their school. You know?
Yeah. Which that's I mean, this is what our fucking politics is these fucking days. You know.
Yeah.
Now,
It's
now to
turning
be
into...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no! Oh, sorry, I was interrupting you. I was just saying it's turning it more and more Banana Republic, right?
Right. Because now it's like fucking. I mean, basically like fucking Contra Rebels or fucking whatever the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Oh, we're gonna fucking kill your family if you fucking don't do what we say and all this bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
And of course the dude, his name was like Almir fucking whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Go fuck you or something.
His last name is Akbar. That says enough.
Akbar. Yeah. There you go. And
many such cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he wants to be all on Twitter because people start harassing him. You know, oh, I don't even know what doxing is. Da 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 da. I'm like, well, I guess you're about to find out, aren't you, motherfucker?
Yeah, dude, they got him fucking good.
Yep.
Oh, he's gonna play the world's tiniest violin soon, and I'm being attacked.
Yeah.
Good.
Play the world's tiniest
though, after
guitar.
talking all big man about fucking threatening some poor woman's kids. Then he wants to be like, oh, blah, 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 you know.
Got a lot of Akbars out there causing fucking problems today, it seems.
Yeah, many such cases. That is for sure. Oh, damn, I guess I didn't fucking bookmark it. I could probably find it real quick, though. Because I did want to watch that. Let me see if I can find it. Like I said, I really did want to watch it.
Oh, did you hear about this huge news story that the Daily Mail put out? About Ivanka Trump blaming a fart on her classmate when she was a bratty teenager?
Yeah,
can you even believe
that? Very important news there. Like,
big
oh,
stuff.
yeah, when she was a teenager, she fucking blamed a fart on a classmate. Like,
Hunter Biden's crack pipe?
Yeah.
No, thanks. We sleep.
Yeah.
Teenage girl farting? Ooh.
Big stuff. I saw it earlier, but I was just checking my timeline, and I don't know if you guys know Tucker's Coke. Dan, he retweeted that with "She's just like me." I was like, I gotta bring this up and give a shout out.
I said, very important news. Huge.
Can relate.
So anything happening with you guys? Anything exciting?
Oh, fuck. I'm currently getting fucking raped in this game.
You're currently getting raped, huh?
Okay.
I was just...
That's interesting.
Invited some Marvs over and...
Right.
Oh, God.
They took him to Ram Ranch.
It's those goddamn Akbars.
Oh, it was Akbar, was it?
Always is. Speaking of Akbars, Ali Akbar, is that his name? Ali Alexander? That fucking underbite. Fuck, hold on, let me pull it up. I threw the, I think I put the video in our group chat. The guy with Alex Jones and Fuentes.
Oh, yeah.
That moron.
Yeah, his name is also Akbar, funny enough.
Funny, Ali Akbar. Woohoo. Yeah, I didn't actually watch that video yet.
Excellent
the
name.
sound, anyway. Yep, because I didn't have a chance to. So
I'm sure he's one of our guys with a name like that. I mean, that's just-
dude,
Bro.
I'm gonna name my kids Ali Akbar, right?
I mean, surprisingly, like I couldn't believe that everybody unanimously was not shitting down this guy's throat.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people, who at a surface glance are like not our guys, but on our side at least,
Yeah.
who are out there defending him, being like, "Oh no, man, you're cool."
yeah.
Don't punch
This
right,
one
bro.
person said that this guy, one person said that Ali Akbar has stood up for more white people than almost anybody, and he wasn't joking.
Jesus Christ.
Like, bro, what is this fucking world? What has happened? Like, not only is this guy like out here, he's calling white people hillbillies, like just to shit on their ideas. This guy is basically saying like, oh, we should do a sit-in. We shouldn't leave. We should stay here and like not leave until I don't know what I don't know exactly what the fuck they're doing. I didn't get the full context, but basically one guy in a cowboy hat, white guy, obviously, saying, oh, let's do a sit-in. And this fucking Ollie guy just starts spurging out, and he's like, oh yeah, if we listen to hillbillies, then we'll win, or some shit like that. And Fuentes and Alex Jones just kind of stand there, like 2 feet away from him, and don't really, seem to care about countering that, which is surprising for many reasons. Like, this guy is a homosexual. He's been arrested multiple times for fraud, credit card fraud,
Yeah.
etc. And he's the one, I don't know if there's more than one Stop the Steal website, but he has stopthesteal.us. Like, he runs that. And if you're to open that website and look at the donation links,
Yeah.
they go directly into his fucking pocket,
Yeah.
directly to his cash app.
Yeah, it's all gives me money. Stupid hillbilly.
Dude, yeah, and somehow people are like, oh yeah, he's right, fuck those hillbillies. Let me give money to this homosexual, I don't even know what the fuck he is. I don't know where he's from. That phenotype is like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It could be like South Asian, or it could be like fucking, I don't even fucking know. Kind of looks like
some amalgam
kind
of
of
like,
looks like a gypsy.
it looks like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like Sammy Davis Jr. Jr.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. In the still shot, he doesn't look, but in the video, I was thinking Sammy Davis Jr.
Well, that's what gypsies look like here. Too.
Yeah, his mugshot looks like shit though. He's got this crazy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a fucking perm. It's pretty hilarious.
But that's
Yeah.
Sammy
Trying to pull
Davis
off a
Jr. Sammy Davis
Saudi
Jr.
Arabian Bob Ross.
was half Jewish, was he not?
Yes.
Yeah, so he doesn't. He has that mixed genetic line, which may be that same kind
Yeah.
of.
So I'm just fucking blown away that anyone is
So wait,
accepting
Sammy
this.
Davis Jr.
Like,
was
that Alex-
half Jewish, half moon cricket, fucking.
Is that the gamer word today?
Oh yeah.
Okay, moon
Yeah,
cricket.
we were gonna start something new on the show. Instead of just saying redacted every time we want to say the word, we're gonna choose a different euphemism every day. So today's word for the day is moon cricket.
Moon cricket. I love it.
Yeah, that's one of my
Um,
favorite ones. But
But anyway, I don't know, man. It's fucking wild that anyone accepts this shit. Like they're donating money to a fucking fraudster, who's acting like he gives a shit about, I don't know, white people. It kind of fucking blows my mind. And to add him being a homosexual on top of that, I don't fucking get it, man. Why are people allowing his voice to even be a part of this thing? He's just going to corrupt it and fuck it up. It's like, I don't know, dude. The people.
Sorry, is
go
that
ahead.
the only? Is that the only Stop the Steal website? Like, is that the supposedly the legit one, or is he just hijacking it?
I honestly don't know, but that's been up since like the Stop the Steal meme hashtag whatever. Ever since that's been around, he's had that he's had that website up for like what 2 weeks,
what
a
are
week
they
and a
gonna
half.
do
I'm
with
not
the
sure.
money that you send them?
2 weeks.
Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. Like, why not just if you're
Well,
if you're
he also had his Amazon wish list.
yeah,
You could buy him
mean,
like weights and
buy
No,
me
that's-
weights and a fucking horse dildo, and fucking we'll stop them from we'll stop
save the white
Dems
race,
from stealing
boys.
the election.
buy Thomas Aquinas books and save the white race.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild, man. Like I don't know, and
Well,
he kind of
I get
seems like
emails
the
to, donate to Donald Trump's fucking legal fund, and I'm like, that at least makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, stop.
Yeah.
It's just grifting boomers. You know what I mean?
yes, exactly, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Um,
doing something. Let me sign a check to this fucking moron. You know?
But like Flint has like just kind of I don't know tacitly endorsing it by standing there and not being like, hey dude, can you fuck off, or at
Well-
least like not use the anti-white shit.
You know, speaking of grift, right? You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
He's fucking taking notes.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, you know, it reminds me a lot of the Baked Alaska thing. Like any sort of even tacit association with motherfuckers like this is going to do nothing but harm for anything that the right is trying to do.
Exactly.
And it makes us all look gay.
Yeah.
But they get all kind of boomers that would be like, oh, thinking like, oh yeah, we can solve any problem with Shuckles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Crowder now because all the boomers. Christ, he's so popular. I don't even understand it.
Like, oh, I can't believe I gave him fucking $10,000 and we didn't stop the steal. What the hell?
Yeah.
What went wrong?
I don't get it.
This is the just the operating style of every friggin' kind of movement. There's always somebody just coming, hey, I can make a buck off these stooges, right? Like it's just the way it always goes, man. And you know, for us, for our side, we're the guys sitting back going, you know, paying attention.
Right.
But I mean, what do people want? People want somebody to come along and say, I can fix this. Just give me, you know, you don't have to do anything. I can fix this if you just, you know, give me a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
shit.
religion.
Well, it's like any charity. You know, all these like Christian mission to Africa shit, and it's like, what are they doing? What are they actually doing of any value? I mean, we can discuss the value of bringing medical aid and food to Africans, but I mean, they're just somebody. They might have to do something to, you know, justify the expenses, but 90% of that isn't going anywhere near where they say it's going.
No, they got whole fucking infrastructures that eat up all that money that only the fucking Africans are like. It's like the meme about the burger, you know, Africans?
Yeah.
How does this help us feed starving Africans? Africans?
Once again, I don't have a problem with not helping them, but I do have a problem with scamming, you know, kind of simple people or trusting people out of their hard-earned money.
The fat ass Sally Struthers
Yeah.
sitting out there fucking tugging on the heartstrings, being like, oh,
Yeah.
for
I was
less than a
thinking
cup of
that,
coffee a day, you can fucking blah blah feed this whole family of fucking
Yeah. I'm not super fans of these guys by any means, but I was thinking that there's a South Park episode where they're building a spaceship or something, and the televangelist keeps coming on. I can't remember the guy's name. Keeps coming on. So it looks like the you know, the Klingons have a new type of shield. So we're gonna need to, you know, reach in deep into your pockets because we need to build a new photon torpedo system. And then it keeps going on through the episode like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
You would just
Never
dig deep, dig deep. We're gonna come up with a new whatever.
I think they spend maybe $5. They give the kid a Big Mac and a new shirt, and they send a Polaroid back to the donor. Here you
Yeah.
go, kids.
I've known
We fed them. I promise.
My part of my family is Mormon, and we used to have missionaries coming over to our house, and I would ask them questions because I was a curious guy as a kid. And it turns out that the Mormon missionaries, all that stuff, all their going door to door and all that, where they stay, they go to different communities, they go all around the world. That's all paid for by the families of those kids.
Yeah, you're right.
And they pay to go into the church, and they pay to send their kids to proselytize door to door and all this type of shit, and it's ridiculous that these people are just tricked into giving all their resources to aid somebody else. Like it does them no fucking good.
Yeah, it really, like, because they all gotta have their fucking their salaries and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing about Mormons. I dated a Mormon chick. Anyway, her whole family, everything. They wouldn't even drink coffee. Nothing. Like they were, because they weren't high or on drinking all the time. They're super productive people, honestly. And obviously, like I had to get like a test to even do anything with her. It was pretty funny, dude.
Oh yeah.
Based.
Yeah, there's. I gotta say, there's certain aspects of the way they do things that I think are pretty based actually, but the whole religion itself I think is just bizarre. It's they've got some interesting things that they believe.
Yep. The Mormons.
But the family thing is I'm down with.
They're super trad, and it's almost like it's something like when you're talking about South Park before. They had a South Park episode or something like that, where like parents are like, they're almost robotically friendly and nice, and you know what I mean. Like it's like walking into Leave It to Beaver episode. Yeah.
A lot of them are like that, and like I'm talking like just the regular folk, right? Like I don't have no idea about the administration or of the church itself. I imagine they're just like anybody else, and some are good and some are bad, and some are probably really bad. But it's kind of funny when I had to deal with them. Here's a perfect example. There were two missionaries, and one of them had said that he'd gone to Sweden on a mission, and he was like super nerdy little kid, and he was going he went door to door, and he kept knocking on doors, and these Swedish women would like open up the door naked because they have some nudism there. And he was talking about how I had to like cover my eyes, and it's so embarrassing, and blah blah blah. And the other missionary looks over at me, and we're looking, and we have that look like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? That'd be amazing. Oh no, I have to see naked blonde Swedish women every day. This is terrible.
Oh, the horror.
Yeah, but
Living the nightmare.
But the kid was like but he was just like, oh, I don't want to see that before I'm married. And I'm going like,
that's a little much, yeah.
Yeah, but some of them are like that, dude. I went over to a kid's place, and my mom was like, "Oh, you guys should. You're the same age. You both like play guitar and like rock and roll and stuff. You should go hang out." So we're hanging out. And I'm like, "Okay, what do you know? What kind of music you like?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm big into Guns N' Roses." And I was kind of surprised, right? Because I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." And I'm like, "Well, what about this song?" He said, "No, I can't listen to that one." I'm like, okay, well, what about Night Train? That's a really cool song. No, I don't listen to that one. It's the lyrics and all that. I'm like, okay,
so what do you listen to?
What songs can you possibly listen to from Guns N' Roses that are, but I really like them.
Patience,
it was funny.
Patience on repeat over and over.
Yeah. But the thing was that the kid was so earnest and so like naive, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to segue to Quebecers just for a second. I don't know who's Canadian here or whatever, you know, Quebecers are. They're French Canadians. Anyways, I had to, whatever, I got laid off, but I had to transfer to the head office in Quebec just to help them work on the machines and learn how to use them and stuff. So, but the entire plant was completely French. Maybe 3 people could speak French. And there's this other mechanic guy. He's got Pink Floyd, everything. He listens to Roger Waters' solo stuff. He's just a uber fan. And I'm like, I go, you know what the best part about Pink Floyd is? I go, the lyrics. The music's phenomenal, but once you understand the lyrics, and this guy, completely French, never even listened to any of the lyrics because he doesn't speak English.
Because he doesn't speak English.
But it was his favorite band. It's just unbelievable. That's the only person I ever met like that.
It's I lived in Montreal for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and I was kind of amazed at I'd meet people who were perfectly bilingual, and I went of course to an English school because I wasn't I'm not fluent in French, and I wasn't then. But I went to an English school, and there are English people living right in Montreal who can't speak a lick of French, and then there's French people because I lived in a very, very French part of town.
Can't speak a lick of English.
Yeah, could not speak a lick of English. I was really kind of like amazed. I'm like, what the hell? This was in the 90s, and I'm a teenager, naive. Oh, Canada, where you're multilingual, and French and English, and I'm part French, so I'm like, this is all part of my thing, and like, you guys are so different from us.
Right.
It's weird.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's because of Trudeau Senior too. But where I was working was literally a half an hour north of Montreal.
Yeah. And
they were like, no French, man, or no English at all, like anywhere.
Yep.
Anywhere.
Yep.
And even if they knew English a little bit, they wouldn't even try.
No.
At all.
No.
Like.
No, I was lucky because I could understand quite a bit, so I'd let them talk, and then I'd be like, okay, listen, I'd say in French, I don't speak a lot, but you keep talking, and I know what you're talking about, and then I said, just try to decipher what I say back to you.
Yeah, fun fact about Montreal is they used to be primarily English, mostly English, in like the 50s and that. And they segregated parts of Montreal from French and English because they didn't want the French there.
Yeah, well, there's all these neighborhoods that are like have been amalgamated into Montreal that are like Saint Denis. That's actually where my one of my grandfathers grew up, and we're talking back in the 30s. That's French. It's still French. The Plateau is still really French. And I was living just off the Plateau, so it was like Saint Jean Baptiste Day. It's all the Quebec flags all up and down the street, and
don't forget Bonhomme.
Yeah, Bonhomme de Neige, yeah. But it was funny because there was a referendum going on at the time, and I was kind of talking to the French people, going like, what do you guys think about this? What's your standpoint on it? And they were pretty well universally for separation. And at the time, I didn't get it, but now, as I've grown older, I'm kind of like, you know what? Like, fuck, let them. Like, they are different. They're culturally different. They're linguistically different. They have a different history. If they want to separate, why not? I've become more of a nationalist as I've grown older.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I was bussed out as a senior in high school to go to that rally in the nominees for the referendum. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were bussed out by either the school board or something, and there was all these yellow buses. We all went out to Montreal because where I'm from is like around an hour away.
Yeah.
But I live in Ontario. I lived in Ontario originally. But we were pretty bilingual too, my family. But we were bussed out there in the whole 9 yards, and we had the placards that said no, and
sorry guys, we're hijacking the
no.
Hijacking the chat. There's so you probably are familiar with 1980s. I don't know how old you are, but 1980s, 1990s Cornwall.
I'm not gonna say anything.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Oh,
I'm very familiar with it actually.
Yeah, we used to drive through. We lived near there, just a little west, and Interesting, wonderful place to grow up for as a kid in a small town out there, by the way. But we drive through Cornwall, and just the smell from the pulp mills. Holy Christ, dude!
Sulfur.
The whole town was just foul, man. I can't believe it was like, yeah, people would ever willingly move there.
Well, I don't know.
Last time I drove through there wasn't the smell, so I don't know if the pulp mill's been shut down or what. But
yeah, the plant's closed now. It was there for 120, almost 130 years.
Yep.
It was there for a long time. It's just they put it there, and the city grew around it, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of one of those anomalies from a bygone era of industrialism.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way shit used to work. They just build a factory, and the town springs up around it because people work there. And funny how that works, right?
There's a
funny how it doesn't work like that anymore, actually. But
there's a town called Smiths Falls, which is near Ottawa, about half an hour, 40 minutes out of Ottawa. And at one point, they had the largest farm implement manufacturing plant in the world. It was called Frost Manufacturing, and it's just fucking like everything's shut down. Everything's gone. The whole town is dying. I've been there in the past couple of years, and it's pretty sad to see. They even have Hindus moving in, and Pakistanis moving in, all this shit, and it's kind of like the people are being replaced. They took their jobs away. There's nothing to do, and
so they're getting into brain surgery and rocket science, I imagine, right?
Yeah, no. I'm sure they're not. I mean, I'm going on a limb here. I'm going to go on a limb.
Agriculture.
Yeah, gonna go on a limb here and say it's probably not the case, despite what you may have read in the news.
Well, black women put us on the moon, so
Yeah.
Not too bad, too much of a stretch, right?
Yeah. Oh God, they keep pushing that shit. They keep pushing that shit.
Say that shit with a straight face.
That wonderful world of Hollywood. The ideas that they can come up with.
Right. Is there? See, we were talking about Quebec, and Zara's not even in the chat. Our token French Canadian.
Yeah.
It's usually around.
So what else do we got? What else?
Yeah, Jamie, didn't you have something you said you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I wanted to. I mean, we kind of went through it already. The alley, shit, and there was also an article that I had seen on NPR about they're starting up with the fucking refugee shit again, like immediately. And out of one side of their mouth, they're locking down Thanksgivings. Saying people can't gather.
Yeah.
For Thanksgivings. That fucking tranny in Pennsylvania is like trying to put up like mandates for if you're like in a home with somebody, you have to wear a mask, which I don't even know how the fuck they're going to enforce that, but they're floating it. They're pushing all these memes real hard. And then here from NPR, Biden plans to reopen America to refugees after Trump slashed admissions.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I didn't realize that Biden was the president.
Yeah.
Well, he's the official.
They're already.
He's the official kind of maybe president-elect, sort of. We don't know, and that's a pretty important position to have.
It's the office of president-elect.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very prestigious. Important,
But yeah, it's like they just, if you repeat something enough times, dum-dums are gonna believe it. Like I talked to some boomer relatives about, like, I just kind of brought something up about Biden, and they're like, "Oh well, isn't everybody saying that he won?" I'm like, do you think that means that he won? Like, did you stop and think about that for a minute, or did you just accept it because the lady on the TV told you that? It's the latter.
Yeah.
Oh, there was supposed to be some shooting going on in Texas.
Oh yeah. Any news on that?
Let me see. I mean, it's Salina, Texas, which is like literally fucking nowhere. So I don't know what. I'm trying to find something on it here. Suspect sought after body found. I guess they caught the guy.
They finally caught the notorious terrorist Sam Hyde.
Yeah, he. I told you he can't keep getting away with it.
Samael Al-Hyde.
Authorities in Collin County have taken a suspect into custody after a body was found inside a burning house Wednesday. So this isn't like a big thing. I mean, you know.
Oh, it's not something that can turn into a white supremacist terror.
Apparently one person died. He shot somebody and they... I don't know, I'm trying to find out more information about it, but I'm not seeing a whole lot. Let me see.
Bobby Quayle in the chat is saying Texas airport.
They found a body. So it's just the one dude, I guess. They found the body, he burned the house down, now he's in custody. They're not saying his name, which means it's probably like Enrique Gonzalez or something.
Yeah. Ali Akbar.
Or Ali Akbar, yeah, or Denarius fucking Jackson.
Quawan.
Quawan.
It's another Quawan.
Yeah, not much going on there though.
Well, I guess that's good. As soon as I heard or saw the word shooting, I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
Here's a fucking another one. Another, like, I don't know, schizophrenic white kid who got tricked, or somebody with, like, you know, tangential ties to some, you know, right-wing, vaguely right-wing streamer.
Have that.
Well, you know, you're right. They don't, because, I mean, even for me, immediately I went to, it's going to be some, like, fake right-wing thing. So for the normie out there, or the libtard out there, they probably immediately thought the same thing. But instead of thinking of it as an op, they're like, another Nazi.
Yeah.
Well, they
like they've really beat that in.
They actually think that, like, most shootings are white people and shit, which is, like,
retarded.
not the case.
It's utterly insane. You know, most people think that, like, the majority of serial killers are white as well, which is completely untrue.
Not the case.
Dude,
I think the two, like, most prolific, I think, were both black.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's expected.
I can't remember their names because they're black, but, you know.
DeShante Hayes.
It's funny. I don't know why I keep doing it, but even, you know, fairly recently,
Samuel Little, that's his name. Sorry, go ahead, Raider.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I get into these conversations with people and on Twitter usually, and they'll be like, it's white people shooting up everybody and blah blah blah, and so I'll post, like, crime statistics from Chicago. You know, I'll be like, I just look up whatever, it's the Chicago Tribune or whatever their major newspaper, biggest newspaper is, and it'd be like 80 shootings on Saturday, and they just completely dismiss it with, that's just, you know, a couple little shootings. This is, we're talking about mass shootings. It's like, yeah, there was a scuffle and, you know, 4 people got murdered, but I mean, like, it's not like there's, like, this guy went out to shoot up a school. It's like, dude, like, it doesn't fucking matter.
I know it wasn't the white kids at my school that caused them to put in fucking metal detectors, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, exactly. But that doesn't matter. It's like, dude, every fucking weekend.
Yeah. Well, unless you're what's his name? Who was saying that it's actually white people and they come in their pickup
Oh, yeah.
trucks
What's
and
his
they
name?
wear the black face masks.
Fucking with it. I always forget his name.
Yeah, because it's one of them black names.
It is. Daquan, no, whatever. We know who we're talking about.
Daquan.
The guy who was getting kind of a little bit based lately.
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Yeah, but not really.
Not really, yeah.
It's not like he's ever going to be one of our guys.
He was pissed that Biden, quote unquote, won more votes than fucking Obama was his spiel.
Yeah. But it's funny, even they can't ignore this shit. You know, they finally get to a fucking point where they're just like, this is bullshit, man. Like,
right?
We ain't vote for you,
be
cracker.
shitting me.
Yeah, we ain't vote for you, cracker.
That's why I really think that Biden lost the Latino vote just because he played Despacito on his phone and really thought that was like I think that's how he lost the Latino vote. You know what I mean? They were like, man, fuck this dude.
I would not be surprised.
I think there's two actual factors there. We might have gone over this already, so excuse me if we have, but a lot of Latinos are more trad than not.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't, and the illegal ones, aren't really voting as much as people say they are.
The ones that do vote, they like jobs, and say whatever you want about Trump. He was damn good for jobs. Yeah.
And the ones who are like, I want to come here and I want to be legal and I want to fucking have a house and I want to have a nice neighborhood and I don't want to live around black people, they're not voting for the Democrats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and if they are, it's because they got tricked. Somebody told them the other guy was racist against them. So
yeah, but I think that's wearing off, or they just don't care anymore because they're going like, I don't care if that guy's racist. It means he's more racist against black people than he is against me.
Yeah.
Honestly, like think about it, like.
Well, then politicizing everything kind of backfired on them.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And like, they had the kind of. Transient, low IQ, violent Spanish on their side to be enforcers. You know, think of 2016 when these people were just trying to go walk to Trump rallies and were getting assaulted by Mexican flag
there was
waving.
all that. I think it was more than MS-13.
Well, this is what I was getting at. It's
then.
like these aren't the people who are, you know, staying put, building a life, and voting.
Yeah. Well, the
Right.
MS-13 pipeline definitely got cut off quite a bit since 2016. So that was a.
And I don't know, like, you guys would know much more about Texas, but I've known some people who have lived there and have said quite a bit of the Mexicans.
Tariq Nasheed was the guy we were trying to think of.
Oh yeah. Tariq. Yo.
Tariq.
Oh yeah, Tariq's funny as fuck. Wash
Yeah.
your ass.
Yeah.
But I think that most that like trad aspect of a lot of Mexicans is it's like a leftover from their colonization, you know, because it was Catholics. That religion carried over and they kept it. And I've talked to a lot of them who are like, they say that their biggest problem is like women, you know, like they just want to like fuck, but they can't because of their Catholicism.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty funny. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, I think that's mostly where it comes from.
Yeah, and
Is
I'm not
that
saying
Catholic guilt is deep inside.
yes, big time. And I'm not saying they're like, once again, I'm not saying they're our guys, but what I'm saying is they're getting pissed off too.
Yep.
Yes. They don't have to be our guys to kind of like be on our side. You know what I mean? Not saying they are, but I know that if a line was drawn in the sand, there's a good chunk of them that would be on our side.
Would end up
you know?
on our side of it, yeah.
Well, here's the thing, like, we don't have many of them in Canada, right? Like, we have like what do they call migrant workers and shit, but they're coming more and more from the Caribbean and less from Central and South America. but they're pretty shit tier people that come up here. But I mean, if I was in the United States and there was some sort of a political movement of Mexican types who said, "Hey, man, you know, we're gonna vote with you and we're gonna work with you, but we want this state to be, you know, part of the union but Mexican," I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, guys, stay the fuck out of here, work with us, and the border fucking wall goes up around you guys too." Right? Like, I wouldn't have problems with working with any of these people if they were fucking, you know, somewhat coherent and honest about what they want.
Bob, we got a problem with Filipinos in Canada and temporary foreign workers. They just bring them in, and they're bringing more of them in now, and like everyone's unemployed. And because they get subsidized from the government, the employers are like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking hire like 8 billion Filipinos, yay!"
Oh yeah.
And the war, and they are traditional like Mexicans and Catholicism and whatnot. And but other than that, like a lot of them, they're not really loyal. Like I've asked a lot of them, like, if we had a war a year from now, would you participate in the war?
Oh,
they're like, no. No, because a lot of them, they're hollowing out our economy, and that's what happens with these foreign workers, is that they're not here to stay. I'd say probably 20% stay, maybe at best. The rest of them, they're just funneling all their money back home through Western Union,
but even
and building their life out there. And then whenever they're eligible for CPP, they're just going to go right back to the.
But even some that stay do that, right? They're only here to get a foothold for their family, so they have an economic connection. And it's not. I've talked to some who, not Filipinos particularly, but just foreigners, non-white foreigners in general, and they've said this not directly, but I've gotten around to it that they don't even necessarily want to be here. They just want our fucking money. And they'll bring their families over and shit. And they actually like the shitholes they came from.
No. Who would want, they're trying to escape it, but at the same time, they're taking whatever our kindness is and destroying our own economy as a result. Like, it's not very proactive.
They only want to come here economically. They don't want our fucking weather. They don't want our fucking culture. They just want to be able to be big deals back where they came from. Some of these people that I've talked to anyways. When I had a cab driver once who was Sudanese, and he was telling me about how Canada needs to really ramp up its immigration. Because in Sudan, it's like there's so many people. And I actually fucking said that. I had an honest conversation with the guy. I was like, if we did that, we wouldn't be able to feed you guys. Like, don't you get it? Like, if we turned Canada into Sudan, it would be Sudan, and you would have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Drive a fucking cab to send money back.
No, they
to
don't
Sudan.
get it. That's the point. They don't understand the way shit works.
He totally didn't.
Yeah.
And I explained a little bit about the geography of Canada, and he started kind of going, "Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't understand." I'm like, "Dude, it's like fucking half our country's tundra."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Sure, you want to bring in the entire population of Sudan, cool, into Nunavut? Go right the fuck ahead."
God damn it.
No.
But we're not shipping food up to you. There's nothing to fucking eat there.
Like, the problem is, like, Canada's got really bad. Obviously, we have Trudeau, and our unemployment's, like, ridiculous right now. It's unprecedented, and they killed the oil industry, and it was the only real option for anybody who didn't have a university degree, who was smart and just didn't like school. They could go into that, and what I did, and make a lot of money. But now they've taken that away. They basically killed it.
Yep. And the manufacturing.
I've never seen Alberta like this. I'm from Montreal originally. Alberta's like the Texas of Canada because we have all the oil flowing out.
Big time.
Anyway, so basically, they're trying to kill the economy. And this is, can you imagine a Joe Biden presidency like 5 years in? This is what we're at. Like, it's basically everything shut down. There's, hate crimes tribunals. It's just,
they have fucking tribunals, dude, and they call it that too. Like, we have
tribunals.
Fucking seriously, dude. It's like
so it's a kangaroo court. It's completely dissociated with common law.
Yeah, and you could be not criminally responsible for something and not criminally you haven't broken a law, but they can still ruin your life through a fucking tribunal.
Absolutely, they can fine you like horrendous
Yeah.
fines. They can if you can't pay the fines, then it's a jail sentence.
Uh huh. They shut down a couple people through that. Was it fuck? What was his name? Mark Collette? Is that his name?
I don't know. There's some comedian guy too.
Yeah,
What's
he
his
got
face?
fucking like he
Mike
got just,
Bullard, I think. I don't know. I can't remember his name. Yeah, there's a bunch of people. There's even a black guy who rented out to Muslims. I forget where it was. Was it in Ontario or wherever? He rented out to Muslims and they wouldn't pay him rent, so he went to another place and told them they had to leave. And on that basis that he entered their premises, they said, "Oh, it's because we're Muslims."
yeah, it's
He had to pay like $50,000, man. He's the landlord.
Yep. Now I never thought I would say something along these lines, but I miss the Christian days, dude. You know what I'm talking about?
What Christian? Oh, Christian.
Chrétien. Yeah.
I think we just those were our golden years, and that's why we miss it.
Dude,
Personally.
I know it's crazy. The little guy from Shawinigan, who was actually a protege of Senior Trudeau, but he ran a tight ship and didn't push the progressive shit too hard. And then he had Paul Martin as the finance minister, and it was the first time in fucking forever since like World War II that our country had a surplus.
Yeah, I'll go that far, but I wouldn't say he's not part of the swamp or anything like that. But
No, he absolutely was.
whatever.
He was a political player in the whole thing. I mean,
yeah, of course,
Martin,
that's what I mean. He's a swamp
Martin,
creature too, just like Paul Martin. He's got his naval enterprise. And
yeah, huge, big time. But the point wasn't that we had like good guys in. It was the fact that they weren't fucking things up worse than it already was. It was like, whoa, wow. Like, you guys are actually not fucking ruining us?
Yeah, but they've been on the hook with the UN since basically. Like, since the late 80s. And anybody who's taken the reins since then has been complicit in it. It's just taken this long to get this far. That's all.
Yeah, fucking Mulrooney. Oh, boy. Yeah. He did some fun stuff to this country.
That's why I think there's this whole left-right paradigm in Canada, too. But the Conservative Party here in Canada is basically death by UN. It's like the Titanic. Instead of just hitting the iceberg, it's going to take another 4 years to hit.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you guys realize
it's gonna end
like
up the same place.
pretty much nobody listening has any idea what the hell you're talking about.
I'll just say one last thing, and I got to go run down to the can. Is the most conservative prime minister we've had in my lifetime has been Stephen Harper, and I'll put it this way: he has a bird game reserve named after him in Israel. And I'll just leave it at that.
Anyway, you can start a new topic there, Fren Report. Go ahead.
No. What'd you say?
Oh, I just said go ahead and start another topic. All right.
Oh yeah, I didn't have one off the top of my head here, but
I'm wondering why can't Trump just call martial law and just rein everything in?
well, if he did that, I mean, I wouldn't be against it personally. I think he should have done it fucking 6 months ago. But
What's stopping him?
mainly that they're going to be always a dictator and blah 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 blah. But they do that anyway.
On that point
So
now.
they're going to do that anyway. So that's why it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I mean,
That's what I'm thinking too. Like, it's like, yeah, like maybe, I don't know, when the Minnesota riots started happening, yeah, that would have looked bad. But now that it's post-election and all this, wish-wash about the numbers of ballots and everything's fucked up, now it's time to fucking put it down, man. All of his lawyers are ceasing and desisting. You know what I mean? Like, they're all like, we're getting doxxed, and he doesn't have a lot of friends left, so he's got to pull the fucking card out soon.
well, he's doing something with the like all the government agencies, because like right before the election, he had passed this executive order where he can, because before that it was harder for him to fire people and shit. So he passed the executive order where he could just fire anybody for any reason he saw fit, pretty much. And so he has been cleaning out like the fucking DHS and shit like that.
No, I've seen that. If they're not already like resigning, he's just, you know, that's it. You suck now. Like he's just at his wit's end with people. He's just like, yeah, you're gone. But it's getting to the point where I don't know. He's got to. I don't know who he's got to fire.
Do you think that's a sign he is seriously confident in a win, or do you think that's just a his frustration at the people around him?
I think it's his frustration of the people around him and trying to set him. Well, not really completely frustration, but like he's trying to set himself up with people that if he needs to go further, like after the like a second term, these are going to be the better people for it.
Like,
and I think he's weeding out all the deep state people or whatever, all the fucking people who aren't loyal to him. And I think that's perfectly a legitimate reason.
He's not going to concede, and it's going to be shown that he is the... You know, they have way too much evidence of the fraud. Like, it's so blatant that... Like, I think their idea was to get caught because they want both sides to think that... And they have to have both sides really have to fully believe that their candidate is the legitimate winner.
Well,
yeah, I hear that. The problem with it is every day that goes by, all these normies are getting bombarded by news because they can't do anything and they don't have a job, so they're always at home, and they're just. And the more time that passes, I see more people. I'm not talking about like even right wing people. I just see, you know, people who don't even pay attention to the news. Like they're like, oh, Joe Biden's president. Oh, you know, the more that goes, then they're going to call a coup on Trump. And even though it makes no sense, because they're so low information, they're going to fucking say, oh, this is a fucking coup.
Yeah, but those people aren't going to do shit anyway. Those aren't people. No, those aren't people that are going to do shit anyway. Either way. You know,
no, but they just want to make sure that there's enough people who will stay seated if they pull, you know, if they push it into kind of an open shooting war or something. They want to make sure that those people are definitely not on our side.
I mean, it wouldn't matter. Have you seen the people that we're talking about?
No, I know, but I mean, even then, though, I mean, even then,
they're not exactly a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but some of them are family members too, right? Like it's not that easy just you know.
Yeah,
you know, I understand what you're saying, but there's more depth to it than that.
Yeah. Bobby Del Toro's talking about Kushner being behind a lot of this shit.
Oh, that.
And I definitely think that there's a lot to that for sure. He's a fucking. Well, we know what he is.
He's a weasel in the fucking henhouse, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say fox, but he's not a fucking fox. He's a fucking weasel.
Yeah, more of a weasel.
Yeah.
But
snack.
But yeah, like I said, like most of the people aren't gonna be. They're really not even anything to worry about. They're not gonna do shit. You know what I mean?
No, I mean the majority of the civilian population in general won't do anything. Both sides, right?
You have to worry about the dissident right and the radical left.
Yeah,
right.
But
now they've been trying to bait the dissident right into doing shits in Charlottesville, but we're not stupid, you know.
Yeah.
Now to get the Trump supporters to actually fully think that they're the legitimate winners of the election, it has to be done legally. So legally, he would have to be declared the president, you know?
Yeah.
With the left, you don't have to.
Yep.
They're stupid. They're not...
Yeah.
I don't want to say they are stupid, but they're not logical people. They're emotionally driven people. And so... No.
Most of them are part of the mob. They're not like the fucking brainheads. You know,
No.
they're not.
At one side of the mouth, they're saying Trump is destroying democracy and stealing our election. And on the other side of the mouth, they say we don't care how we get it.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck. Illegal means are fucking completely okay, and it's the same fucking like the same people. The same people say this both fucking things.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
Is there any information on the average age of these foot soldiers or what?
I haven't really looked into it. There is a whole big thing about I got saved somewhere. That was all.
I just want to see if it's a generational thing, or don't get me wrong. I'm sure it crosses all, generations, but I'm sure there's a concentration that are a little more meatball than the rest.
Yeah, I think. I think like the radical left morons are the mostly millennials. The dissident right, well, it's probably still mostly millennials, but you might have more Gen X than you would in the radical left, I would imagine.
And mental illness.
Well, definitely mental illness. We know that for sure.
That's mostly a lot of white women have it. It's like peaking them. So yeah, I can see how most majority of these people are fucking crazy.
But like I was saying, like the left will fucking they'll believe whatever anybody that tells them what they want to hear says.
Yeah.
With the right, you have to more make your case. You know what I mean? Because honestly, it's not like any of us just decided one day, oh, we're going to be dissident right. It's that you get red pilled into it. You know what I mean? You can't fucking deny the fucking obvious.
It's not only that. The paradigm shift puts you there. Like if
exactly.
I haven't moved my political compass in 20 years, and all of a sudden I'm far right.
Yeah.
Well,
I was pretty far right quite a while ago, but but I knew it, right? Like
I used to be a lot more libertarian than I am now.
Yeah, I went through a phase, but it was more theoretically libertarian than practically libertarian. I never honestly believed that a state could survive in a kind of with a libertarian ideology, but I like the idea of individual responsibilities and
personal autonomy, which comes with responsibility and that kind of thing.
And one of the things that kind of informed that, like I heard was kind of already there, but of all the things to read was I was in a used bookshop and I found this thing that said a little booklet that was entitled "In Defense of Anarchy." Yeah, and I should actually go over that with you sometime off air and tell you some of the ideas if you haven't read it. But the main point of it is there's no difference between a tyranny of the masses or a tyranny of a dictator. Right?
Well, yeah, I get the idea.
Yeah, it's like it's no different. So the point actually even wasn't. If you read the entire tract, it's not really going anarchy works or ultimate libertarianism works. What it really the gist of the entire tract was actually that it doesn't matter who rules over you, somebody's ruling over you, and you better make sure it's benevolent.
Reminds me of that Dylan song, you gotta serve somebody.
So I remember talking to some of my family members, and they're going like, "Oh, you're some sort of a radical anarchist." I'm like, "No, I want a dictatorship. I want a benevolent dictatorship. I want some radically, nationalistic dictatorship, and I want somebody who's going to put you in gulags, as long as he's got the welfare of his people in mind."
Yeah, I mean the main problem is that most people are fucking retarded. And and anything on too large of a scale doesn't work. That's kind of the biggest gist to it.
I
For
agree
me is that it needs to be more decentralized, where the local governments have more power, and then you can actually like work with your local government to change things like it needs to be.
Yeah.
For you.
Yep.
And
I think
yours.
schooling should be like that too. Schooling
Yeah.
should be all funded by your municipality. I don't know. There's got to be. We got to come back to a feeling of community.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Because that's
the
the
biggest
thing.
thing.
Look at most neighbors now. Like most people don't even know who their neighbors are. They hide from them. I remember, like, I go to my neighbor's house. I'll bring them some food I cooked, and you know, like that sort of, I don't know, je ne sais quoi is not there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing, the only neighbor that I've actually talked to, because I moved 3 years ago, and it's not a great part of town after I separated from my ex-wife, and the only neighbor I've actually talked to was this black guy who lives across the street. Well, I think his grandma lives across the street, anyways, or his mother. They were having a little party, and he came over and apologized for making too much noise and brought a couple of beer over.
Nice. No, that stuff goes a long way.
It was funny because I was sitting there kind of laughing about the whole thing. That he'd be the guy apologizing about making noise. Like I have a 1958 Chevy with like pretty well straight exhaust on it. Like, I was driving that to work every single fucking morning. So I'm going like, you're apologizing to me? That's fucking amazing. And then I was laughing again because it was a black guy coming up to me to apologize about making fucking noise. But yeah, like I don't know most of my neighbors. I don't know anybody down my street. I don't see them. They don't go walking by my house. They fucking.
You guys
nothing.
live in a house, or do you guys live like in an apartment kind of?
No, I have a house.
Condo thing. Okay,
Yeah, I bought a house.
I can't do apartments. Sorry for the people who live in the big cities like that. I can't do it.
No, Michael just dropped something on the Fren Report chat, and it's these top stories next to each other. One is the World Economic Forum, the Great Reset, building future resilience to global risks, and then right next to it, the New York Times, the baseless Great Reset conspiracy theory rises again.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Jesus.
Like
It's only on the cover of
simultaneously,
Time
like,
magazine.
telling you what they're gonna do. Oh, but that's a fucking conspiracy theory. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. This is what I was saying. They say one thing on one side of the mouth and the exact opposite of the other side, and they never have any kind of cognitive dissonance. They never have any like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? Nothing. They're just like without a fucking blink. And people.
Yeah, dude, I think it's a humiliation ritual. Honestly, I mean, what else? I don't know.
Well, we're the only ones who fucking notice, and that's what drives me nuts. It's like,
Because
Yeah,
it's
I mean, I
actually,
It's easily
for
searchable.
us.
no, it's actually a psychological technique. Because then when people get conflicting information like that, they just kind of shut off.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
that makes them more easily. Once you realize that it doesn't work on you anymore, you're like, oh, that's what they're doing. You know what I mean?
My early Twitter days were just me spamming people who didn't understand and giving them links like where they can actually go to the government website or the UN website and look at this shit, and they still wouldn't believe it. And I'm like, well, what the fuck's wrong with you? I give you the link and you're still like, oh, I don't know. Like, oh my god, man, I just gave up on it. That's why
Yeah,
I
and then-
Cozy.
then the,
That's why then I found Cozy for Frog Twitter after that.
Well, that's what you
Very
pretty
big.
much
I'm
got to
home.
do because you'll be beating your head against the wall trying to get somebody to see it. If they don't want to, they're not going to. You know?
Exactly. I just
You're
got
fighting
tired of it.
against-
I was raising my blood pressure for nothing.
Yeah, you're fighting against generations.
And then
of
they
fucking-
trick a lot of people into thinking that it's a good thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they
Like, that's like the other half of the
tell you
game.
you're not doing. They're not doing it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, they say, hey, we've got this great new plan. Everybody come over here and listen. And, oh, you're making things up. We would never do that.
White replacement is
Just
a myth,
Fucking
but it's a
said
good
it.
thing.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. Like, there's no difference between any races. Everybody is exactly the same. And the white race is terrible.
Yeah, race is a social construct, but white people are the devil.
White people
Yeah.
are the devil, exactly.
But they'll even use the word race when
Alright.
they say it sometimes. They'll be like, the white race is awful. Like, you just said race doesn't exist. What the fuck?
Whiteness is our enemy.
I don't know if any of you guys ever watched Ramsey Paul videos, but he had one from way back about the talk with his son. That was pretty fucking funny. It was all that shit.
The talk.
Yeah, he's like,
is that like the black people the talk and shit?
yeah.
Or
But it
like-
was the white version, and he's saying, it's, I don't know if it was his son or who the fuck the kid was, but he's this younger guy, and he says that shit like there's no such thing as race, and the kid goes, okay, I get that, and he goes, and the white race is the evilest of all the races, and then the kid's like, well, that doesn't make any sense because you just said. No, don't question it. Don't question it. Just nod your head and say yes.
Just nod your head and say yes.
For being
That's why
such a
they're gonna
boomer,
get so early at school.
yeah. For being such a boomer, I gotta say, like, I don't always agree with the guy, but I think Ramsey Paul's a pretty smart cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a good dude.
I never really watched.
I've seen him on the kill stream a few times.
Yeah, I never really watched any of his videos, but I see him on Twitter all the time. So.
Yeah, well, I found out about him like, oh shit, I was watching him in like 07, 08 when he first started like kind of taking off.
Yeah.
I remember when I first found him on Twitter, I was like, shit, I've been watching you since, that's been like fucking 7 years. And he's like, holy fuck, that's a long time. He didn't say fuck, but he's like, that's a long time, dude.
Yeah, it is a long time. But
I was like, hey, you put out good shit, I watched it, whatever.
Oh, let me see. So I came across something funny the other day. Yeah, I wanted to play it yesterday, but the stream quality was so bad that I didn't do it. But this shit is hilarious. You remember they did that video about like what are white people good at?
Oh yeah, you were talking about this, yes.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, this is somebody did a little edited version of it. That's absolutely hilarious. Let me get Streamlabs up where I can do this here. And
Yeah, I got the wicked delay on my D-Live versus our live feed here, so
yeah, so you'll
I'll be out of the chat for a couple of minutes listening to this when it finally comes on here.
yeah. Give me a second. I think here. I'll go like this. Wrong one. There it is.
It's funny, everyone's going to hear me laughing in like 2
Not
minutes
know why.
after the video plays.
Yeah, because you won't catch it in real time. But well, yeah, let's watch this shit because this shit's hilarious.
What exactly are white people superior at?
And everything. A white man could fly. Even a white woman, she could be 4'1". She knew karate. She could take down 15 people.
White people love their dogs.
Cats, extreme water sports,
corn mazes.
White people are great.
White people are very superior.
Not getting arrested.
Congratulating themselves over shit.
they're superior, intellectualizing. They're just creatively thinking of new ways of like always staying one step ahead of other people.
We don't matter.
They're superior.
They're superior.
They're superior.
They are superior.
In their own press.
Marketing.
Whether you are Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're conservative, like white people are really good.
History. They say that history is written by the victor.
Conquering. They might be better at that than us and everybody else, really.
They ballsy. They rose up all over the world. They can take anything, baby.
They're real good at
Bro,
violence.
fucking Jabba the Hutt there at the end.
Culture.
As my grandma would say, them white folk, they'll take it.
They are very good at humanness.
With anything.
They're superior in any way, shape, or form.
Just because our skin color is different, you're better than me. You're smarter than me.
Oh, God.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, but laugh.
That was good, man. That was fucking good.
Right? Fucking hilarious.
They better than me. They smarter than me.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All true. Hey, I guess the myth of based blacks isn't such a myth after all.
Right? It's like, just because the color of your skin, you're better than us, you're smarter than us. Oh.
Base moon crickets, yo.
Base moon crickets. Oh, there you missed it. We were talking about Quebec for a minute.
Who are you referencing?
Huh? I'm talking to Zara that's in D-Live shit.
Oh yeah, you
He's a
missed
Leaf
all.
too.
Yeah, you missed all.
You
the
missed
Canuck
all the
talk.
Leaf chads there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a. Well, are Quebecois or whatever, how you say it? I don't speak
Quebecois.
French. Are they really? Are they really Canadian? They're kind of there.
Well, they are actually Canadians. Where
Well, they're technically Canadians, but they're kind
no,
of
no,
their
no,
own
no,
thing.
no. Well, they were all already Les Canadiens.
So they're actually the true Canadians.
Yes, yes.
And
Well, they're the original Canadians, I guess you'd call them.
Yeah, like, well, yeah. Obviously, the things have changed since.
they're Canadians. The rest of
1600s,
you
but-
are Canuckistani.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the way Trudeau Senior built all the policies in the 70s and 80s, they almost have their own individual society. It's basically like French Wakanda.
They already did to an extent, anyways, but it was legalizing a lot of it with that. But he pushed them to a point where it was almost a civil war, right? Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, we had like this crisis where they were called the FLQ. They were a terrorist
René Lévesque.
organization. Yeah, they were like kidnapping diplomats and shit, and murdered people. It was getting hairy back then, and then they kind of put it all into legislation. But it's weird because the Quebecois were kind of infiltrated and guided by Marxists. Imagine that, another, a group of people being influenced by...
You mean commies were stirring up shit?
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't
I find it,
say.
I know it rarely happens, but they were doing it, but at the same time,
There wouldn't happen to be somebody of a particular desert tribe behind that, would there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just going out on a limb here. Just going out on a limb.
I think there was something about small hats. I'm not sure where that comes in, but yeah. So the entire province of Quebec is kind of borderline Marxist. Big union place, all this stuff, lots of organized crime.
Don't forget the strip clubs.
Yeah. But once again, organized crime brings that. But they're also it's a nationalist movement, right? Otherwise, they couldn't motivate the French people.
I mean, that's kind of how France is.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny that the communists who, there's no difference between people, and all the proletariat of the world will rise up and unite as one, always push nationalist minority movements.
Yeah.
It's like the irony of Black Lives Matters, right? Like, our doctrine is there is no race and everybody's equal and blah, blah, blah. And we're a united people, and we're, fighting for our group rights against this other group.
Yeah.
I mean, in European countries where there was no ethnic differences, they had to push the class war shit, but it's all the same pile.
Yeah. As everyone was talking about, there was a bunch of Hell's Angels that were probably helping stir up shit there.
Dude, they had fucking in the 80s they had shootouts, like AK-47 shootouts in downtown Montreal.
Yeah, I know in Greece, actually, that's kind of surprised me. Greece, they had a bunch of Hell's Angels.
Yeah,
And
they're an international organization.
Yeah, they are. And it's kind of different there because they're not as, like, biker in Greece.
Yeah,
they're just more like mafia kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
You know?
But they're in the Netherlands, they're in Denmark, they're in Germany, they're in France, they're all over the fucking world.
Yeah.
Almost like another group of people. I wonder if there's some sort of connection between organized crime and
hand rubbing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Who knows?
Oh shit! Okay.
Fish.
Like 3 days ago, I'm gonna continue this fucking this thought from 3 days ago or whatever it was. Christian Slater movie was about Murder Incorporated, and Christian Slater was Lucky Luciano, and he's kind of the driving force. And Patrick Dempsey plays the Jewish fellow. What's his name? The big mobster.
Well, wouldn't you know it? One little look. Jewish bikers from Hell's Angels to Hell's Angels inside the world of Jewish bikers.
Imagine that. Oh, Meyer Lansky. And they portray Meyer Lansky as kind of this, like, he really doesn't want to have any trouble. He just wants to do his business and whatever. And Lucky Luciano goes, no, you know what? Don't let them call you, put you down because you're Jewish. Get out there and take the American dream and all this type of shit. And it's like, the Murder Incorporated was a Jewish organization.
Yeah. And
if you look up who they were and look up the names of the main guys, the murderers, the guys who are doing the enforcing. It's not that there wasn't an Italian organized crime, an Italian mafia. It's just that the Jewish one was better organized and bigger. And they used the Italians as their... people say they use them as their muscle, but they really use them as their scapegoat.
Yeah.
And they even touch on it a little bit in the Godfather movies. I'm assuming you guys have watched those.
Of course.
The whole...
Who's the Godfather?
Yeah. But the whole Las Vegas being run by whatever, Mo Scheckelberg and whatever the hell his name was in the movie, who was actually a representation of a real life person. And then whatever the Jewish guy, when in the second movie where he goes to Cuba, that Jewish guy, I believe, is the fictional version of Lansky.
Yeah.
So Lansky looked pretty dorky and nerdy.
Yeah, but he was also a murderer, right? Like.
Well, I'm just thinking, didn't they have Christian play him? It's kind of odd.
Was that they didn't have Christian Slater playing Lansky?
Yeah, is that who he was playing? Was Lansky? Or
No. He was playing Luciano. Patrick Dempsey was playing Lansky.
What a name!
They always have someone very goyish play those parts. I mean, look at the Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, of course you realize, even when we're talking about Italian mafia movies, that's still the as filtered through the Red Sea pedestrian media, you know.
Yeah.
So you know they kind of just conveniently leave themselves out of it, you know.
Well, this is it, right? And there's all these like I was watching a documentary about the making of The Godfather, and they're saying like they had mafioso guys come down and just check things out, and they approved how the movie was being made, and I was like, yeah, I bet they were doing something else.
Yeah.
They weren't going, oh, you can't make fun of Italians. They're going, you just keep these people out of it, boy.
Right. Just make sure you don't mention the long noses.
Yeah.
Mr. Shuckleberg.
It's funny, I didn't know any of that shit, and of all fucking, I don't even know if I want to say the name, we'll get flagged. I was watching a certain doctor from, what is he? I believe he's from Louisiana. If you know what I'm talking about.
I'm drawing a blank, but anyways.
Yeah, I do not.
Dr. David.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
All right.
He used to have videos on YouTube, and I used to watch them when I was kind of getting woke on the JQ. Because he had a lot of these, oh, you think this guy is Christian? Well, guess what? He had a lot of interesting information out there. Anyways, back in the day when that stuff was on YouTube of all places.
Oh, I got you now. Sorry. Took me a minute.
Yeah. A former politician who's also a doctor from Louisiana. Yeah.
Very loquacious doctor.
Yeah, not a baron, but a yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying he was in Dragon Ball Z, but he might have been grand at it.
Something like a Merlin type figure, Gandalf type figure,
Yeah. Wizard wears the big hat and the robes.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been anybody. I don't know.
Mr. David Nukem, right?
Yeah. Duke Nukem.
I remember that game. That was great. Yeah.
I have a hard time enjoying that game now because I don't know if you guys have seen, but like the guy who does the voice, he's a humongous fucking shitlib.
Yeah.
He was out there like I don't know, counter signaling Rittenhouse, I believe, and after that I was like, god damn it, dude! Now I gotta play your fucking game on mute. So I'm gonna think about that gay shit.
Quick question: is there like are there new versions of that? Or are you still playing the old Duke Nukem that I remember?
I've been playing Duke 3D, which is pretty much it, and people have like reworked it, made new maps and stuff. But
it's still the
there's
same
one
game.
there's one on which I'm glad it's still the same game because I fucking loved it. But there's one for Xbox that has like a few new like episodes, map packs, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty fucking great. I enjoyed it a lot, but I love those. I love me my boomer shooters. I'm playing the new Doom Eternal right now. Actually,
well, speaking of games, I need to get because Andrew came out with his game. I want to.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I gotta get it set up on my computer. I keep forgetting about it. I'll probably do that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I need to do the same.
Yeah, the new side scroller.
The side scroller. I want to stream a little gameplay, speed run.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I played through. The genie sections were tricky for me. But I made it through. Lots of fun.
Wonder if I can use my controller if I have to use a keyboard and mouse.
I just used it on my phone. It's kind of hard with the way the keypad layout is, but yeah, I'm sure it'd be easier on a PC.
Well, in order for me to stream it, I'd have to do it on my PC. So
yeah, I did it on my laptop, and the controls weren't bad. It was just getting the timing of things down. I haven't played a game like that since fucking I don't even know when.
Yeah, but hey, why don't we watch this?
Super Mario 2.
Why don't we watch this video that we were talking about earlier of the dubious with the big over by Ollie fucking.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I got that pulled up, so let's take a gander at that one there. Okay, probably just bigger here like this. That's probably pretty good.
Alex, they certify. I'm sorry, I'm not trying not to. They certify the vote here, right? We're inside. Let's not leave.
We're not crowd.
No, I'm being serious.
We're not the left. We're not going to democratize ideas.
That's how we can stop the
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
Listen
It's
to
peaceful.
me.
It's not a bad idea.
Listen to me.
What?
Listen.
Peaceful sit-in. That's what we'll call
Here we
it.
go. If the hillbillies make up all the ideas, then we're going to lose the country. So put aside your pride. Listen to me. We're going to stop the steal, but first we're going to stop the certification.
Well, it's not good to fight. It's
How are we
okay.
gonna do that? How are we gonna do that?
Sorry, let's talk about it later. It's good.
Okay.
You're not entertaining this shit.
All right.
It's okay to have ideas. Everybody's fine.
Yeah.
Just an idea, man.
Just lose the republic.
Well,
Ideas are fun.
Listen, he can have ideas as a private citizen.
Yes.
But we have our ideas. The point is, this is good. Everybody came here. We're kicking ass.
Fuck you.
I'm just talking out loud with ideas, man.
It's good, brother. I love it.
You know?
Okay,
I'm not trying to upset anybody, believe me.
AOC.
One team, one goal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have ideas. That's what makes America great. You have yours, I have mine. We'll talk about it. We'll meet in the middle. We'll come with a better
Tell you one
idea.
thing. I've got that same hat.
You know, Deanna has it.
Yeah, she's got one like it. I bought it like at a fishing supply store like 5 years ago.
In Maryland?
No, it was like my mom was on a boat with us.
Well, that was infuriating.
Oh yeah, like every word he says, every fucking sentence out of his mouth. It's just like, why has nobody said "shut up, nerd" yet?
Right? Shut up, nerd.
Listen,
No, seriously,
It
like this
fucking
guy's like a
makes
genetic copy of Sammy Davis Jr. There's no doubt in my mind he's got some genetic material from him.
Yeah, for sure. Like he looks just like him.
Yeah.
He looks fucking disgusting, dude. I don't know, like on physiognomy alone, I'd be like, hey, maybe this guy should like not be the one out in front, you know, trying to take charge.
Well, if you're gonna look like that, at least dance for me and
That
juggle
old
something.
black magic. Yeah.
and that retweet, that's what I'm talking about. That guy's like, oh, I get what he's saying, but he's just not being charismatic. Like, no, fuck this guy. Are you kidding me?
Right. It's really utter bullshit.
Hey,
So he inherited zero of his entertainment genes.
Like, who the fuck does he think he is? You know what I mean?
Listen, Cat. Just chill out there, buddy.
Listen here, Sam.
Oh yeah, we'll just listen to the hillbilly. Like, fuck you. This fucking hillbillies made this goddamn country. You son of a bitch. You don't like it?
Yeah,
Why don't you
exactly.
get the
Who do you
fuck out?
think farms, motherfucker? Who do you think gets that food to your table? Do you think it's like city folk? Do you think it's not hillbillies?
Hey,
I don't know, man.
the
Like,
hillbillies
triggered
had
the
pretty
shit
good
out of
ideas
me.
in 1776. Now there, didn't we? So fuck off.
I have no idea. Nobody slapped him by now, but anyways.
Yeah.
And fucking Alex Jones, like, I don't know, the way that he's like, oh, hey, it's okay, man. Like, did you bring this guy? Is he fucking with you?
Yeah, but what?
Yeah, I tapped into the audio in that video late, and I was just looking at the end part, and I was like, fuck, what is this? Like your brother-in-law or some shit, or what the fuck is it?
Right. Brad Pitt said he looks like someone microwaved an earthworm.
More like charbroiled.
Yeah, as
Bro,
I was
that's so
saying, and
fucking
I totally agree that it's like, aside from his look, he should not be about me, and that's exactly it. Like, who the fuck are you to tell us?
Yeah, he's standing there telling that guy to put your ego to the side, or your pride. He's like, put your pride away.
It's like, okay,
Bro, what?
Ollie, you don't want to listen
Sorry,
to
go ahead.
To the hillbillies. Yeah.
He's using his ego to squash the other guy's ego. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to the street shitter.
Exactly.
Honestly, I like
Tell me when your people have fucking indoor plumbing and use it. You know?
I like Alex Jones as a meme, but I don't have any faith in the guy, to be honest. Because he keeps getting
I feel you on
in
that.
shit like that.
He's entertaining as hell. Fucking watch.
He's definitely controlled opposition, and most of the shit he's screaming about is true. He just leaves out certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he also makes it sound so crazy.
Elements.
Yeah,
he makes real arguments sound crazy.
Yeah, he'll leave out key elements, and he'll make it
part of
it's
his
basically
shtick.
his job is to like make it look ridiculous, so they can, oh, that's some Alex Jones.
Yeah, it's something that-
conspiracy theory shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something Hollywood does a lot. They put the truth in the mouth of a villain.
Yep.
It's a very, very like common psychological tactic to like discredit those ideas.
Yep.
By making a crazy person say it or a bad person say it, and then it tricks. It fucking works, man. It tricks people.
Yeah, if they can't actually like fight against the idea.
Yeah.
Then
Somebody
they'll attach the idea to a person that they can easily discredit the person.
Somebody had posted a clip from a Marvel comic that had, the character, the Red Skull.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
You saw the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I think it was like
the Joker.
No, that was a different one.
No. This
okay.
This was like
I didn't see that one.
It was almost like a Red Skull is joining the alt-right or something like this. I think it was fairly recently done in the past 4 or 5 years. And he has a little speech, and I read it. I'm like, fucking based.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Man,
insane. It was
every
all
fucking thing he said.
yeah, it was all like legitimate fucking complaints.
Yeah.
And then it
was
it
talking
ends with
about like subversion of the culture and the people and everything, basically.
Yeah.
And, it was
all our
fucking nail right on the head, right? So
all our talking points, and it was done specifically, just like you said, to put those talking points in the mouth of the evil villain.
exactly, he's the evil fucking, National Socialist fucking bad guy. So
Yeah, and then all these brain dead fucking Muppets who grew up on Star Wars and X-Men and Captain America and all that shit. Post memes like you brought up the one of you guys brought up the Joker meme with the look, even the Joker hates Nazis. It's like, you fucking retard. First off, that's not a real person. Second off, you're reading fucking propaganda. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. It reminds me of Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. All these chapters. Note for note.
Well, yeah. I mean, who do you think makes this shit, right? Saul. Where's that name from? Is that Swedish or?
Saul Alinsky.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe it's Finnish. Yeah.
It's from that country, Niger.
Niger.
Oh, Niger.
Yeah, he's a fucking Niger.
Oh yeah.
Moon Cricketopia.
That's the place.
The base land where they invented pyramids and ass washing.
And
yeah.
Everybody is a king.
Yeah, king.
And they wash their ass.
All kangs.
And
they wash their
and they be
wash
putting
their faces
spices in their
and
food.
cow urine.
Right, and they be putting spices in their food. Oh, this is funny. Here, I'm gonna pop this on screen because it's hilarious. Oh. You see that? Might take a second for you. to see
No.
it. Give it a minute, because it takes a minute for it to pop up. And there's a little bit of delay. Oh wait, I gotta hit. I know what the problem is. No, it should be done. But it's not.
I think it's working now.
There it goes. Wow, that was quite a bit of delay there.
Oh.
More delay than I expected.
There we go.
Yeah, we're gonna stop the steal, hillbillies. Oh.
Somebody needs to like reverse his like upper and lower lip on a poo there.
Because that dude had a hell of a mega fucking lower lip there, didn't he?
Quite the jaw on that man.
Right. He's like the opposite of Bucktooth. Never seen
Absolute fucking goblin.
Never seen quite a bit such a big underbite there.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't think I've seen one so pronounced.
Yeah.
Ever.
Oh. Reminds me of the. Oh shit! I don't even know what that's from, so I don't know if I'd be able to describe it. But it's funny shit. That big ass fucking lower jaw.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And that I can't get past it. That fucking creature out there shitting on white people, and then like two big leaders of the I don't know, America First type shit. Just kind of, I don't know, letting him do it. Not really. I mean, Alex, I guess, kind of stops him, but he's way too nice to the guy. I would pull him aside right there and be like, hey, dude, you need to fucking relax. This is exactly why we lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You'd be, we're still a hillbilly. Like, fuck you.
I wouldn't have been bringing that guy along anyways.
No, he's on InfoWars all the time, though.
No, that guy's got a personality like a fucking wet paper towel.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on InfoWars?
Yeah. Yeah, he's on InfoWars all the time.
Yeah.
Does he tap dance?
Does he sing while smoking a cigar?
While smoking a cigar?
Someone should do that. just take an old Sammy Davis thing and kind of clip it into the InfoWars with his face. Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
You guys got to see this one. It's fucking hilarious.
Like, take every time it, like, it's like him and somebody on InfoWars talking, and every time it cuts, it's supposed to cut back to him, it cuts back to a clip of Sammy Davis Jr. instead.
Oh.
If I had the ability, I would do that.
And he probably, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if he is a fucking related to Sammy Davis Jr. Junior. There's a Freudian slip for you.
Yeah. Sammy Davis Jr.
I don't know. He's pretty dark. You might call that a Groidian slip.
The Groidian slip. Oh, you guys! It'll be a minute.
This is why I'm
here.
here.
Watching
This
the
is what I'm
screen,
here for,
it'll
guys.
pop up. This shit's hilarious. Somebody was making fun of his lower lip there.
Damn, I'm hella delayed. I still haven't seen it.
No, it hasn't come up yet.
I think I've got like a good. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, you guys.
Yeah, you guys remember that comic Spawn?
Yeah.
He's like the Violator.
The Violator.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
It's exactly like him.
Shit.
Oh, there was this. You guys ever watch Irrational Times on YouTube? He makes some of the funniest videos ever. There was one he did today. I'm gonna play it because you guys will fucking die at this one. Yeah. You guys ever seen like they got the black guys listening to like Phil Collins or whatever, and they do the reactions?
Yeah, I've seen it.
He took one of those, but he changed it.
All right.
So
honestly, I think they're funny on their own because they're like, oh, look how awesome the white music is, and we're like, yeah, we know.
Yes.
Right? Yep. We know that. But you gotta say this one. It's fucking hilarious.
Banger, back with another reaction, man. Get it.
To myself, but back down from a challenge or a run. Closed mouths don't get fed, so I ain't bite my tongue. Gotta get to this bread for all the days I ain't have a crumb. Glad I found this rapping shit, thought we was stuck in the slums. Yeah, I made mistakes out here, I had to learn I was young. Married to the game.
We finna choose this talk, but I never even listened to it. I never heard it before. I seen it in the comments on a post I posted. Y'all was, putting it in comments of what I should listen to, and I seen that. So I copied something, I wrote it on some paper, and this is the first one I seen.
Right.
So we
had
finna
to do it.
Facts. We finna get into this, see what it's talking about. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're new.
Get that merch.
Roll to 100K. See what this talking about.
Straight into it, Mike.
Coming for to carry me home. Oh, I come from the south, from way down south, where the corn and potatoes used to grow there. Great big elegant pictures, and my old Kentucky home.
Hey, we gotta turn this up in the headphones, right?
Turn that boy up.
Turn that boy up. Hold up.
I'm sure we have.
Oh, I come from the south, from the deep, deep south. Oh, where the fields of cotton just die with blight, and the pappy reads Esquire with delight, while the Alabama mammy plays bridge all night. Way down south in Dixie, swinging low, sweet chariot. Come on, come on, come on, carry me home. Oh, I come from south, got this south in my mouth. Uncle Tom's camp's got a new routine, lights across the ice in the limousine, while Simon Legree shakes his tambourine. Way down south in Dixie, swinging low, sweet chariot, swing low, sweet chariot. Listen here, you won't let me speak. Don't you know Swanee River is the dried up creek? Come on and carry me.
Storytelling behind it too, with the passion. Like, hey, you got it. I love storytelling songs too. That's one of my favorite songs to listen to. That is a banger. Started that off. That's cool.
So you
come on
play,
now.
you heard.
Facts. Come on now.
Esquire with delight, while the Alabama mammy plays bridge all night. Way down south in Dixie, swinging low, sweet chariot. Come on, come on, come on, carry me. Oh, I come from south, got this south in my mouth. Uncle Tom's camp's got a new routine, lights across the ice in the limousine, while Simon Legree shakes his tambourine. Way down south in Dixie, swinging low, sweet chariot, swing low, sweet chariot. Listen here, you won't let me speak. Don't you know Swanee River is the dried up creek? Come on and
This video's not playing properly for me.
It's not. Damn.
No, it's not perfect, but I just got the image of the block.
That's a family question. It was a straight banger.
Did it not play right?
It's coming on now for me.
Yeah, same here, same here.
Yeah, it just. Oh, damn it. It didn't play the actual. Fucking YouTube's a pain in the ass like this.
It's better than I imagined.
But I heard your background. I heard your background, so. Well, here, I'll drop the link to it so you guys can watch it, whatever you want. But that shit is fucking funny. Oh, their faces and shit. They're like, oh, we could turn that up in the headphones.
Yeah. Coming for to carry me home. Yeah, dig that shit, man. Yeah. I couldn't understand a fucking word they were saying. Anybody on here translate that? Anybody jive speak?
That's not my field of expertise. No, speak a the moon cricket. Oh, what a tweet. I gotta tweet this. Oh, I saw that right before the show, actually. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to play that. I gotta find a better way to play it.
Should be your intro.
Like on that one.
Huh? Yeah, I gotta find out a better way of playing these videos than that. Because that didn't work too well, but... I think I'll have to, like, download it so I can play it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Oh.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to dip out for the evening.
All right, bud.
Thanks for having me again, Walrus.
All right,
Thanks,
take care,
guys. Cool chat with you
Yeah,
guys.
take it
All
easy,
ya.
man.
And Bananapepper, nice having you out.
Yeah.
Oh, Pablo Ruiz over there
Likewise.
was calling Ollie the Sammy Gavis.
Sammy Gavis.
Sammy Gavis, loser.
Yeah. That's about right. That's about right.
Yeah, I mean, he is a degenerate homosexual with a grinder.
Jesus.
So,
Oh, God.
the voice we need, guys. No hillbillies. We need
Yeah, exactly.
homosexual brown criminals with grinder profiles.
Right.
That's how we're gonna
Yeah.
save the fucking West.
I'm sure nothing. I'm sure nothing is going to go wrong with the new far right homosexual that we have. The last one worked out so well.
They always do. That's why we keep getting them.
Oh, a little shot at some people. The one before the newest one. The one
Well,
before-
at least the first one kind of, he kind of did something before he completely fell apart. This guy's just fucking
No,
useless.
yeah. The first one you got to admit, at least rustled some jimmies and shit. But I mean, it was always a losing proposition. And then
Of course.
the Zoomer homosexual crowd. I mean, kind of warn you, and then they're doing it again with a new one. Anyways, have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yep, you too, man. Take it easy.
Good night.
I'm probably gonna jump off here in like 20 minutes as well. I need to make
Alright.
some dinner.
Well, I guess this might end up being a little bit shorter show.
Yeah, I think we did like 4 hours the other night.
One night I did like 6 hours, I think, or close to it.
Wow.
Yeah. But we have been going like...
Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
We have been going like
Well,
3.5
sometimes you just want to
usually.
get going.
We have been going like 3.5 usually, but...
Yeah, sometimes it's fun. Depends where the conversation takes you, right?
Yeah. Yep. But it's a little slower tonight too, so...
Hell yeah. It was a slow news day. They were talking about Ivanka's farts.
Right. Well, it's the same shit that, like... I was saying this on Monday, I think. How they just keep saying, oh, things are about to happen. Oh, there's something big is about to happen. We're going to do something big. And then nothing happens.
The Kraken.
We're going to release the Kraken.
Yeah, I saw Giuliani saying a bunch of that shit, and like people around him, every day they're saying like, "Oh, something big tomorrow, huge bombshell."
Well, this is the problem with this delay and them hyping it. It's just, it's demoralizing after a while.
Yeah. It's like, if you're going to do something, do it.
It's like he's the president, right? Like, if you were on the other side, the left, you know, debating. Like, oh, why doesn't fucking Trump just do something? You know?
Right. And I mean, I know it's not over, and I guess court shit is fucking boring and shit, you know. But like,
Well, they got till what, December 13th? That's the precedent set by Bush v. Gore. So really, you know, he's got another month, less than a month.
oh, this is funny. Here on Revolver, they had a article. They linked it. Fucking bullshit captures shit. We want to make sure you're real. Oh, fuck off. I hate these things. But yeah, the headline: You're being info-offed with suddenly calm, reassuring media coverage about major topics. So just kind of went with exactly what we were talking about there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, don't get all fired up now when there's actually a reason to. You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of really curious to see, like, I don't know, where this goes on the 14th or after it. And definitely by January 20th. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's when.
I mean, there is like with what's going on in Georgia, that's going to be some shit. And with the audit thing, like in Michigan, they're like, oh, we're not going to. They didn't want to certify it because of all that. So, but they at least called for the audit, even though they certified it, which is kind of weird.
What kind of back-assward shit is that, though?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well,
it's like a complete screaming fraud. Like, you can't get any more fraudulent than certifying something that has abnormalities in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to certify it, but we want audits. I'm like, well, how does that even
Maybe
make
that's
sense?
their game now. Maybe they'll, as long as they get the certification, and then they can just leave it in limbo in the court like that. I don't know. Maybe that's they're playing the long court game by doing that.
Could be. Could be. It's really hard to fucking tell what's going on with it, to tell you the truth.
I know, and it's only been, what, like 2 weeks since the election, and we're already drained by it at this point. It's still got to go. It's still got to go another 3 weeks. Like, I think by the end of this, a lot of people are going to be like, "Holy fuck!" Like, I don't know. They're going to be fed up on either side. I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope fucking truth prevails. Obviously, freedom.
And I do think we're going to start seeing some shit going the other way. You know what I mean? Like Georgia's about to be flipped.
Yeah, I saw that. You guys see that interesting map that whatever they supposedly got from that server in Germany that has a Trump at 410.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know about a lot of people are saying, oh, California would never flip, but I don't know. I'm not really.
It actually wouldn't surprise me because having lived there, like Southern California was actually always historically red until the 90s. You know.
Yeah, because it's just like the cities, right? That are full of more shit-lib type people.
Especially,
there's a lot of farming there, right?
Yeah, lots of agriculture. Anything out of the cities is definitely red. But even like Orange County and stuff, where it was like primarily white working class types, or middle class, I guess.
Like being a Canadian, what I see is like Gavin Newsom's taxes and the whole tax structure there and everything is just so burdening on people, and he's locking everything down, and it's just an economical disaster. It's like New York City. It's like everyone wants to get out. In my opinion, I would if it was that bad, like tax wise even.
And I can see they probably don't want to shoot their wad all at once. You know what I mean? But like, we will be seeing some shit happening
Oh, New York City's just it's gonna go completely red after whatever happened. And same thing with major Democrat cities that let burn and lock down and all that shit.
Yeah. Well, I saw something on Zero Hedge today that was that MTA that runs the public transportation in New York was saying they're about pretty much going to go, like, they're going to have to do all kind of fucking layoffs and shit if you don't get a $12 billion bailout. So
They've lost all their highest tax base. A lot of, like, I forget how many people left, but it's like a few hundred thousand, I think.
And the people that are there aren't really, they're a net drain to the economy as opposed to a net gain, you know?
But it was a lot of welfare people there or something.
Yeah, all that shit. You know, it's the usual types.
Yeah, and then they get the government to support them for everything from drug addiction, safe sites.
Well, Zara saying she used to live in New York until February. The tax was the same as in Quebec, 40% plus. That's a lot.
New York City has its own tax rate too within the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
It seems excessive.
Because they actually have city income taxes there, don't they?
Oh yeah, they have city tax on top of state federal tax. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And the state taxes are like way higher than they should be because of the city and all kind of shit.
Well, they're going to keep going up now.
It's a giant, it's a giant drain on the economy there.
Oh, it's just going to collapse. All these big cities that did this are all going to collapse. It's the same thing that's going to happen to Canada because this, we have he's just spending everything. He's spending everything on other countries.
Yep. Well, you keep importing people that don't actually add anything to the economy. It's bound to happen, you know.
Well, he wants to bring in, I don't know, 1.5 million in the next 3 years, even though our economy's tanking and we have no jobs. It's utterly ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
There's no logical reason to even bring them in other than feels.
Yep. And it's like, you keep doing that. We're not, we're a rich country because of reasons and not because you can't just give everything a fucking way or that won't work.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like, there is a reason for immigration, but it ebbs and flows with the economy and how many people are employed and whatever.
I stand corrected. Zara lived in California, not New York. So
you can't just slap a mandate on. Oh, we need 1 million people a year. No, that's not a good enough reason. We need an economic reason that benefits the country. It's gone off the rails.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, California's another fucking example that, like, just fucking ridiculous fucking taxes. And like, I lived there for a long time. I moved out in 2015 because it was just getting fucking retarded,
I always wanted to as a kid because I grew up in the 80s and obviously all the films were based out of California back then. So yeah, I kind of got mesmerized by the media, at least for always wanting to go to California.
Yeah, I definitely can see that.
I remember getting my first...
Murray lives in a very vibrant and diverse LA suburb. So, my grandparents moved there in the 90s, so when I was in high school, I moved in with them for a while. I was like 15 in Orange County. Then Orange County wasn't too bad. They still mainly voted red there,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but nobody wants to live under that tax bracket. No
No.
matter how many like there might be, I don't know how many millionaires or whatever you want to, like upper class people, and the rest of them are all just working class folks. So without them, yeah, the millionaires can't support the economy there. So it's just a sinking ship.
Yeah. And California has great weather, but other than that, it's fucking crap. You know?
Yeah, I was thinking of moving to Bakersfield years ago when I was in the oil field, just because it was super cheap to buy land, and I don't know, like, yeah, it was cheap and it was cool when it was close to everything that I was looking for, but nah, not anymore.
Yeah, I lived in, right before I moved, I lived in northern, I've lived all over California, but right before I moved, I lived in northern San Diego County, which where I live was actually pretty good. I had a nice, like, about an acre, and on the edge of town, so the hills were right there, and go hiking in and shit. Had a garden and all that good shit. It was pretty nice there, but just the taxes and everything was fucking ridiculous, you know?
I don't think it matters where you live in California. It's so heavily taxed. That's why everyone's getting the F out of there.
Yeah.
Going to Texas, Arizona.
Well, that was 2015, you know, it was like, it definitely didn't get any better since then. It went severely downhill from there, you know?
Well, I think California's got the highest deficit for GDP, right? Per state. So I think California is like the most indebted state. I believe so.
Definitely. Because they do all kind of fucking welfare and shit, and then they give it to every fucking illegal immigrant that comes in and all kind of bullshit, you know?
So if you're talking to Canadian, if you were to advise me on base states to live, maybe we can go through those.
Base states to live. Florida's looking pretty good these days, actually. Believe it or not.
And there's no state income tax, which is a bonus.
Tennessee is another really good one. It depends on what you do for a living, I guess. Or if you'd have to find work, you know. Florida, if you had to find a job there, I would probably go to Florida.
Well, I could transfer to some place. Like I could transfer to Florida, but it's like the northern point of Florida, basically.
That's actually not bad there.
And then I could transfer.
I'd rather live in
Arizona
Florida
too.
Would probably be ideal.
Yeah.
But northern Florida isn't bad at all. I'd rather live there than South Florida for sure.
I could transfer to outside of Phoenix. Or I don't know. There's a few other places, but those are my choice ones because I'm tired of winter, brother. Tired of that fucking snow shit.
Right. Tennessee's really nice.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna interject here, real quick. Sorry. From a Brick like 45 minutes ago, he just tweeted out a series of images. One is Donald Trump saying "Stop the fraud" on November 5th. All "Stop the fraud!" all caps exclamation, and it says Twitter added 2 notices to this one. One that says some or all of the content shared in this tweet is disputed and might be misleading about an election or other process. And then there's another under that says learn about 2020 U.S. election security efforts. You cannot like, reply, or retweet it. There's a picture for each one that says why can't you reply to this? Why can't you like this? Why can't you share this? And it says we try to prevent a tweet like this that otherwise breaks the rules from reaching more people, so we have disabled most of the ways to engage with it. It's pretty fucking wild. They're gonna ban him in January.
Yeah,
I don't know, like that Q stuff. I don't know, like I'm not really super into it or anything, but I remember going through some of the stuff that people were posting, and there's supposedly like he's supposed to get banned from Twitter. That's part of the storyline.
Yeah,
oh, is that
so
part
they're
of
gonna
Q's
ban him
prophecy?
in January. Because they've decided that Biden was. They decided before the election that Biden was going to win, so like that was it. You know.
Yeah.
But
It's just fucking wild, dude. Like,
I know, it's crazy. It's fucking insane, dude. We're living in like the craziest fucking times.
president, dude. It's the president of the fucking country. Like, I just, man, yeah.
It's definitely a crossroads.
Words fail me
because
right
it's
now.
Not gonna stay, it's definitely a crossroads because whichever way it goes, it's either gonna go. It's not gonna be able to stay like this anymore. You know what I mean? They're either.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow you muted yourself like mid-sentence.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, Zara's saying his Twitter's protected. I'm pretty sure they've been talking about removing that protection if he's not in office. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of they can do that too.
Yeah.
What's he's just a political figure.
Oh, I think we just went down.
Oh, the stream did stop. I see that. Oh, it's back up now. Goddamn.
I think that's what happened with my voice too.
Yeah.
I didn't touch anything, so.
Looks like it's back up now, though.
Nice. F5 gang.
Yeah, it's really scary because this is like, the storyline that we're supposed to accept is if Trump doesn't get in, then we're going to have global communism in the NWO. And the evidence is all over the place, and it could be the end of so-called democracy and freedom, and liberty for the entire world. It's a pretty scary, horrific thing.
Yeah, I mean, that clearly seems to be their goal at this point. They used to be like more secretive with it, you know? It's kind of like between the lines, but I feel like they've gotten everybody so fucking worked up and divided and Finkel-thinked that they don't have to anymore. They can just come right out and say what they mean exactly.
Yeah.
I know.
Are we down again?
I don't think so.
Oh, I didn't refresh.
No,
Never
we're
mind.
back up.
That was on my end, yeah.
Yeah, we're back up.
Well, usually, like, the left gets so absurd, because it is absurd, and it gets so patently absurd over time that it exposes itself. But after it's exposed itself, people are still going, yeah, man, let's do that. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I think the farther they go, that kind of pushes the right into a more reactionary stance.
Of course.
Well,
And
it
that's how
pushes
you
more
get-
people to the right, like,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
you know.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
and
it's
then
like that
further and
who
further.
radicalized me meme.
Right.
Yeah. Murray's
You
talking
did.
about Twitter has been banning a lot of accounts these past 2 weeks, and that's for sure. That's definitely been happening.
Oh yeah, Biden wins, it's all gonna go, man. You're not gonna be able to say shit anywhere. It's like it's gonna be bad.
Right.
Yeah, man, I saw a lot of people acting like, "Oh, we all got banned under Trump, so like, how could Biden be worse?" Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it's gonna be way worse. It'll be like Canada here, where you say the wrong things, you can be charged with a hate crime or something. It's even worse in the UK and in Australia. They're the trendsetters there, and I'm fucking glad I'm not there.
But yeah, like Zara was saying, she started researching about the NWO in 2001, and like that was probably about 5 or 6 years before that, in high school and shit. I started reading like fucking what's it called? Wait, did we drop again?
I'm listening to you.
No. Okay. We didn't. All right. Cool. But yeah, you just keep thinking the crowds are going to wake up like 2001. There was some, and then they all kind of, there's like a peak, and then they go back to sleep. And then 2016, there was a lot of energy and shit, and then it just kind of died off or all went into the Q movement and crap.
Yeah, a lot of that energy got redirected by people like Alex Jones or
yeah, like I said, I think I said it yesterday or the day before. that Alex Jones was there. Yeah, it was yesterday. So actually, I don't know if it actually got broadcast because our stream was all fucked up yesterday.
Right.
But Alex Jones was like the answer to fucking Bill Cooper, because Bill Cooper was dropping all the red pills back then. And so bam, in pops up Alex Jones, and they were like, he kind of hijacked the movement there that was going, which they had to do.
Well, he was a better spokesman. He was more showman. You know what I mean? It's part and parcel of the deal.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, you know, it's show business in the end.
Oh yeah, Donald Trump's tweeting about in Wisconsin. A day after the election, Biden receives a dump of 143,379 votes at 3:42 a.m. when they learned he was losing badly. I mean, we know that. I remember that. I was fucking pissed that night.
Yeah, and zero were for Trump.
Yeah. Yep.
As soon as you hear, soon as you hear that, any rational mind should just go, "What?"
Yeah. It's just like, this is like fucking ridiculously unbelievable, you know?
What I do to people at work, I put a quarter in their hand. I say, "Flip this 138,000 times, and make sure you get all the same result." They're like, "Oh, it's impossible." I'm like, "Well, there you go."
There you go. Exactly. And like, and it was premeditated. They knew what they were going to do because they were all foreshadowing it before, talking about the red mirage and all this shit.
Yeah, but I don't think they were completely in store for the amount of people that voted for Trump. That's why they had to shut it all down.
Yeah.
Every step is so obvious and planned out, and oh my god, it's tedious to watch people just go through the motions every day.
It really is. It's pretty ridiculous.
I got a deal for you guys. If I fight in your war, can I get citizenship?
That's fine by me.
Look, I was planning on moving there since January, but I was waiting on this election.
Right.
I was planning on, like, you know, pushing for a transfer hardcore, but now I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's probably good you waited to see what's going to happen, because who fucking knows? We still don't know.
Yeah, but you two guys don't know much about what's going on in Canada. We already have a death sentence. Like, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
And I want to get out. I want to get out before it starts becoming papers, please.
Yeah, they're pretty much getting there where they want to put everybody in camps and shit too.
Yeah, they've already built them.
Yeah, they got coof camps.
I mean, they've been built in America for fucking decades now. But
yeah, the FEMA camps.
Yeah.
Well,
Murray says, "Don't worry, man. We're gonna annex Canada, so you'll be given citizenship as a white man." White.
Well, I just want to work and do what I want to do. Like, that's all I want to do. I just want to live my life. And in
I just
Canada,
wanted to
it's
grill,
not
damn
looking
it.
that way anymore.
Just want to grill, bro. Just want to grill.
I just wanted to grill.
Grilling was never an option.
Right.
Oh, fuck, not anymore. They're probably going to require me to put up a 300-foot tall windmill so I can power my barbecue, cook my steak on.
Windmill of peace.
Oh yeah.
Like I was saying, there's like no way out of this where like without like things drastically changing. You know what I mean? I just don't see how it can't stay like this forever. You know what I mean? Anymore.
Well, that's why drastic measures are either going to be put down by either side.
Right.
Whoever wins this, it's going to be like really authoritarian. They're gonna have to be.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of have to be. Yeah.
Yeah, because either they're gonna win and they're gonna crack down on us, or we're gonna win and we're gonna have to clean it out. You know.
Oh, absolutely. You've already seen the reaction of the left.
Yeah.
They're just like they're already starting to make like all these lists, and I was like, some guy friended me on Twitter or whatever, followed me, and he put me on some fucking list, and he wasn't a friend of anybody of mine. And I'm like, what the fuck shit is going on?
Oh yeah, I've had them do that to me before, where they're like racist da 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 or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, one of those lists.
I always just block
I've made
them.
a few of those.
Well, that's what they're gonna do, right? And you're gonna be like bombarded by all these people just to find out who you are and make you lose your job and make you like swallow a shotgun, you know, like basically.
Totally.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they want for us, 100%.
So yeah, and even if it doesn't go in your favor, I think you guys should do a little dance.
I mean, that's what they wanted for us for a long time, bro. They tried to turn us gay in the 80s with hair metal and like glam rock and shit, and it didn't work. So then they gave us grunge to depress us and make us want to kill ourselves.
Yeah.
I never heard of that theory before, but I like it.
It's been like an op on all sides, just an assault on us from all angles.
I remember growing up with that hair metal, and now when I pick up an old whatever tape or CD, I'm looking at a Poison cover and I'm like, this is the effing gayest shit ever.
I mean, we said that then too. It's like not like your average guy on the street dressed like that or anything, you know. Like,
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
you can put on some makeup or whatever, but you know, like the extent they went to, it was like, fuck. Oh.
And then the 90s, we went completely the other direction, you know.
Yeah.
Even girls dressed like lumberjacks and fucking...
Oh, yeah. The flannel shirt.
Flannel shirt and Doc Martens and baggy jeans and shit, yeah.
Yep.
And the heroin.
And, yeah. I mean, yeah, heroin's
been around forever.
Yeah. It really wasn't that widespread. Probably, at least in my circles and everything, so...
Wow, heroin's not
Well, I mean, among like the music scene, like the musicians and stuff, it went from like partying to, you know, all those singers dying from heroin overdoses.
Oh yeah, it went from speed and cocaine to fucking heroin. But that was just Seattle.
Dichotomy between
was
coke
just-
and fucking heroin.
Yeah, that's true. It was definitely more up there.
That's how Seattle is, you know. I mean, you figure it rains like 300 days a year there, so, you know.
Well, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, you get constant seasonal depression, you know.
It doesn't sound like a good time.
I mean, it used to be a pretty nice city. I haven't been there since, I don't even remember when the last time I've been. It's been a long time since I've been there, but it used to be pretty nice. Well, Portland used to be really nice, and then you couldn't pay me to go there now, that's for sure, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, one of my my boomer relatives was talking about wanting to move, and they're like, oh, you know, I want to move out to one of the coasts. I was like,
Gulf
don't go to the
Coast?
west one.
Go to the Gulf Coast.
It's like if you're gonna go to go live in Maine.
Pretty much.
Maine, yeah, it's cold.
It's very nice. That was their fucking response too. They're like, it's cold.
Yeah.
I was like, God, yeah, I know, but it's also really white and like not much crime.
Yeah, it's very liberal though.
The Alabama coast is really
Well, I'm
fucking
sure it
nice.
is. I think a lot of like liberal places like are like that because there's so many white people that they don't have any reason to like, you know what I mean?
Isn't that the ultimate irony though? Like they're the most whitest place, but they're like the most left leaning. It's like what?
Right. Vermont's like that too. Or it's like
Vermont has an awesome state motto though. Is that the one live free or die?
No, that's New Hampshire.
They got a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the Alabama coast is really fucking nice. I was thinking about going down there earlier this year because it's fucking beautiful. You know,
Never been. I'm sure it is.
I visited, but I was only there for a couple weeks. But it was really fucking nice. You know.
If I move somewhere, I'd move out of the city, but close enough, like an hour away or at least, and then buy a giant plot of land. That's
yeah. South Carolina coast is really nice too. Unless you're in a red state, you know, Alabama or Tennessee, you know.
And they have to have good gun rights.
Tennessee's gorgeous.
South Carolina is actually really nice too. They have mountains on one side and.
Is that where Myrtle Beach is?
Yeah, that's where Myrtle Beach is a tourist trap, but the redneck Riviera there, but but it's fucking fun, especially if you go in the. I used to go in the winter all the time because then everything was cheap as hell, you know. And go in the off season. Mobile, yeah, I mean Mobile's got a lot of darkies, but it's pretty nice there. But across the bay in Mobile is a lot better. Yeah, and the Gulf shrimp, the seafood, and the Gulf. Like I grew up on the Texas Gulf Coast, so.
I grew up on the New York State border, and my dad would always take us to the country fairs there. They were pretty big, even though like a county fair, like they'd have like Trisha Yearwood. Like this was like like the late '80s, early '90s. And yeah, I always loved going there. Well, it would remind you of that South Park episode where they get all the weapons, because that's what we do. They go there with a couple friends, and we find the guy selling the ninja stars and the stuff, nunchucks, and we buy them and hide them, at like through the like actual border to Canada. And then my parents found them; they're all freaked out. They're like, you kind of got us in jail. And I was like, this is so fucking cool. That's what I loved about America. You could buy shit like that and be like 8 years old. It was awesome.
Yeah, just walk into a fireworks store and buy fireworks.
Yeah. I think I might have actually figured out what the problem with my mic was. Did that help, guys? I have to see.
Was it like reverbing?
Yeah, I think I didn't have like the bass fully secured. I might be rattling around in there, so I tried to tighten that. That might help. Let's see what the chat says, but yeah, Gulf seafood is the fucking best for sure.
Bro, I want a fucking po' boy now.
Like I said, I grew up on the Texas coast.
Stand back and stand by.
I used to work on shrimp boats when I was like 12 and shit, so just for the shrimp, so we had it to eat. And then I lived in New Orleans for a long time, working in restaurants, so I can know how to cook it too.
It's kind of funny how seafood and all of that stuff was like considered like the trash food of mankind until like, I don't know, the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, I get it. When you look at like crabs and shit, they look like fucking bugs. You know, they look pretty disgusting. Lobsters also, they look like giant bugs. So I can get why that would be there.
Yeah, I guess.
But they're so delicious.
Eating them, but I'm not touching a bug. That's
yeah, no,
sure.
no bugs for me, please.
No.
Soon, the UN Agenda 2030, you'll be eating the bugs.
I mean, that is the plan, yeah.
I mean, I know how to hunt and fish, so I won't be eating bugs.
I know how to kill and clean. I think I'll just, I don't know, find some like-minded friends, go out, build some cabins.
Right.
Say, fuck your bugs, fuck your cube.
I mean, I've hunted boar with sharpened sticks, so like, I'll be alright.
That sounds pretty big. Return to grug.
Right.
Like a
do
feral
what you gotta
after.
do, man. know how to survive no matter what. You know, I could just go out in the woods and be all right at least. You know.
Yeah, I've I think working in kitchens, like all different aspects, has given me a lot of very useful skills in that department.
Yeah.
You know, most people can't take a carcass and like break it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they'd have trouble with it. But yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of people know how to butcher their own meat. Like I'd say 1%.
It makes me very glad that I did that instead of working like a retail job, you know. Like I have friends my age, you know, like early 30s, who have only really worked retail, and so they have literally no skills. Like they can't do anything. They can barely even cook for themselves.
Mark Tosa is
I don't know. I think that has a lot to do with parenting, though.
Yeah, that too, definitely.
Yeah. Mark Tosa is saying we should all pitch for an underground vault. And I'm definitely not against that idea, but even if we all just moved close to each other, you know, in the same county or whatever, would be a really good idea. You know what I mean? Pick a fairly based area.
Send the military in for us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against that at all, dude. Like when I said, you know, get a bunch of land out in the middle of nowhere, build some cabins. Like I'm not really joking. I would totally be down for that. If there was enough people, you know what I mean? But
or start some kind of workshop, or start some kind of workshop or factory or fucking so we have like work that we're doing and all that. And just like
that's important.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we're just gonna sit on our ass.
Unless everybody loses their fucking minds, yeah.
Fuck that. You gotta go really remote, like Alaska or some fucking crazy shit. Yukon.
Yeah, I think a lot of spots in like you know, the Great Plains are like a little farther, like Montana-ish. You know, there's probably a ton of. Actually, now that I think about it, there was like a group of guys who tried to do something like this in like Oklahoma. There's a bunch of like, but they were kind of Fed posty, like pro-white guys who tried to like all move into a county. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about, but yeah, they got busted up.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, if it goes NWO, yeah, anybody who even hunts, they'll probably give you a fine or arrest you or jail time. It's gonna be complete control.
What is this, White County?
Yeah, this is over 95% white. That's pretty cool. I mean, where I lived in Georgia before I came out here, in Walton County.
Oh, really?
Walton County is actually like right in the middle between Athens and Atlanta. So you're only like an hour away from either one. But Walton County is like 87% white, so.
Nice.
Or maybe it was like 83.
Very nice.
Maybe it was like there are some dark, but it's white. White. For sure.
Yeah, that's why I've been staking out Arizona for the same reason too. At least around Phoenix, anyways.
I guess anywhere in South Carolina would work. You know.
I'll keep it in mind. There's where I work. There's 23 different states I can pick. So
yeah, Alabama's nice. Eastern Tennessee. Ozarks. The Ozarks are nice.
Isn't it really humid there, or is that just the East Coast?
Depends on what you're used to, I guess.
Where I am right now, it's like dry heat. Where I'm from originally in Canada, and it's like, yeah, it feels like the Philippines when it's summertime. Just the humidex is through the roof. It's gross.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ozarks though, like I love that. That's probably similar to like Tennessee mountains.
Yeah, they are pretty similar, yeah.
I love that shit. I've been to Tennessee and the mountains in Kentucky a few times, and I always love driving through there.
Yeah,
seeing like those tiny little mountain towns and shit, houses on the mountainside.
Yeah, The Smokies
Hopefully-
are fucking awesome.
Oh
Hopefully
yeah.
Hopefully the border opens up so I can at least visit these places before the end comes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem, like, with the way things are going. You might just be wherever you're gonna be, so...
Oh, seriously, right now, I could just go buy a small camper, put it on the back of my truck, and just go through the state right now. I have the ability to do that. It's just, I can't do it, like, because the border's closed.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Thought about that too. I mean, I don't have a truck, but like, you know.
Well, something to tow with anyways. The truck helps because you get bigger trailer.
But yeah, but if we did like all go to the one place and start some kind of industry or something that we're doing there so that, you know, we're being net gains on the local economy and stuff, you know.
Yeah, maybe Fren Lawn can start up a Cybertruck factory there.
And
That'd be kick-ass.
right? I mean, it's all doable. It just takes the will to do it, but we could do stuff like that in Texas and get away with it, you know. But just like I said, it just takes the will to do it. But getting people to want to do it is difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, you know, in these times when you bring anything even remotely close to that up to a lot of people, and they think, you know, immediately they think Fed, honeypot.
Yeah, okay, Fed.
Shit like that, you know.
And the feds would probably be crawling all over it.
Oh yeah, they'd be on us fucking immediately. They'd be on anybody.
But we're not doing anything. You know?
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter in this age. You don't have to do anything to get the police on your ass.
Yeah, that's also true.
Or
Yeah,
they just have to. They'll just make illegal what you are doing.
Where's
exactly?
What link are you talking about, Aaron? She's asking for some link.
Oh, she probably means the call. But anyway, this is probably a good time for me to hop out.
Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking, we're going, 2.5 hours. So that's probably...
Yeah, works for me.
Well, here, Aaron wanted to jump in. Probably Mike.
Yes, Kang.
No, I don't know. Like, Mike's in the group chat, so I don't know why. She's asking me about
Unless
that.
maybe he's muted. I don't know.
Fogging boomers.
No, he just posted in there. It's a couple hours ago now, but like when we started. But I'll pop it in there again. We'll come on a bit. Probably the conversation will get lively again.
Are we here?
Oh, there you
I'm
go. I was just about to send you
I'm
the
not
link.
drinking. I'm being good.
Yeah, I heard. I seriously, I just got the notification for the stream like an hour ago. 8:15 it came in.
Well, that was when it dropped for a second and came back on, I guess. Then.
Yeah, well, see, I got that one. It's like, they're going late. They're doing a late one. I'll jump on.
D-Live has been acting funny the past couple days since the SPLC put out that big expose. They're probably getting like people trying to DDoS them all the time and shit.
SPLC. I swear to God, dude, when are we as a fucking country gonna rise up and like get rid of these Jew groups? Seriously, like the ADL, SPLC, what's the other fucking one? There's like 5 of these goddamn groups.
APAC,
Need to go.
CPAC.
APAC. They all need to go. It's like you don't have our best interest at heart. As a matter of fact, you just constantly push how white people need to fuck off and die. So you're a hate group. and you should fucking get off our country. Like, I can't take anymore. Hold on here.
Agree 100%.
Oh, well, this is interesting.
I just saw the tweet from one of the, like, ADL, I think. I forgot what it was, but yeah, I had the exact same thoughts. Just like, this is crazy. Like, how is this Jewish organization allowed to exist? And like the ADL specifically and the SPLC, they're in charge of censoring everybody on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. It's like, how have they suddenly got the power?
Because Jews can go out there and keep saying whiteness is evil and white people should die and white men are
I'm saying all the people that get censored, like they're in charge of it. They get to decide who gets censored. Funny how that became a thing.
Fuck them.
Funny how they are allowed to decide. This subversive group.
I don't know if you guys talked about this earlier. Did you guys see that hate crime that got busted? The fucking the 18-year-old black gay kid. He had a 2005 BMW SUV. Destroyed it. Graffiti all over it, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
N-word.
Oh, yeah, I saw that Hortler that he drew.
Smashed all of
Hortler.
his... Yes.
That was a good Hortler.
Put sugar in his own gas tank. Did all this, then goes and cries, oh, look what evil white Trump people did, and then they had him on video doing it. And now he's facing up to 7 years. They got like 4 misdemeanors on him, 1 felony, but the felony is like Class D. I was like, dude, for real though, these people that commit the fake hate crimes, shouldn't they be charged with a hate crime? Since they're trying to get people targeting whites?
It's worse than a hate crime. It's worse than a real one.
They're trying to cause an uprising.
For these women that...
Well, if the shit was like they say that it is, they wouldn't have to fake it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But every time you see one that comes in the news, it's fake.
Yeah,
They're just trying to push that narrative.
Yeah, like the little girl with the dreadlocks, or the woman who said she got acid poured in her face. Bullshit. Just one after another, and it's like there's no evidence, and then when you do find evidence, it's just you.
There was one recently, it was like some bitch, whoever the fuck, and they showed pics of her car, and oh my god, there's a swastika, and one of them, it was so ridiculous. Like, this is how you could tell it was fake, because, like, oh, they splashed paint all over my car, and the picture she showed was like,
it only hit the tire.
There was paint on one of her back tires, and it was like conveniently, it was just on the tire, did not splash into the rest of the car, because that seems like if you're just like, hey, fuck this person, I'm gonna splash paint on their car,
I'd do it right on the
I'm
hood.
gonna get it very neatly on this one little tire and nowhere on the rest of the car.
I'd go for the
totally
hood.
Legit, right?
Yeah.
But like, you would have to go out of your way to get it on just the tire.
Wasn't that the same thing
as
with
opposed to
swastikas?
just like throwing it
Whenever
on.
they show them and they have swastikas, it's never an actual swastika.
Yeah, it's always like weird that
most retarded.
How
like,
can
I'm pretty
you not
sure
get
if
it
you're a
right?
white
Like, it's
supremacist,
not-
a Nazi,
not that hard.
you know how to make a swastika.
I mean, it's kind of, you're going to get it right, for sure.
Straight lines are hard.
Yeah, right? Right angles. Right angles are hard.
Right
it's like,
angles.
okay, wait, this one goes to the left, and then the next one goes to the right, and oh, wait, that's a square. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, and they always say the same shit. Well, yeah, just shows how stupid these Nazis are, right?
What you doing,
like,
Rabbi?
yeah, okay.
What you doing, Rabbi? There's a lot of those ones, too.
What you doing there, Rabbi?
Right? The Jews get caught with their fake hate crimes. The synagogue,
like
that was
shocking
fake.
ones, too.
The Jewish cemetery.
Who
was
desecrates...
a couple of Jewish boys. Like,
yeah, first of all, who desecrates a cemetery? Like, that's pretty fucking
Jews,
low.
that's
and it's
who.
like, oh, okay, you guys did it to your own cemeteries.
What was the girl in fucking, where was it? Somewhere up in the Midwest. Northern Midwest.
Portland, I think?
No, Midwest.
Juicy
like,
Smollett?
Oh.
No, the girl who said that, like, they caught her on fire or some bullshit, but all the shit was on the wrong side of her body. And
Minneapolis,
shit.
I think.
Yeah,
Or
something like
Wisconsin.
that. Wisconsin, maybe. I was thinking
weird,
Wisconsin, but I didn't want to say it.
They should-
Yeah, she was a Juilato, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She was.
They
wasn't
should
she?
all be
It's
charged
it's
with hate
weird
crimes.
how it's like, what is it, genetic? Are you genetically predisposed to do like fake hate crimes?
Yeah, they're so
Yes.
programmed with victim mentality. They think they can get away with anything.
Yeah,
Like, I
Yeah,
gotta show how much
I
of a
remember that
victim,
one.
and
There
people
was
just
like,
believe I'm a victim, so whatever I say, they're gonna believe it because
she
I'm the
said
victim.
like, oh, these racist guys, they just like poured lighter fluid on my face and like lit on fire or something. and
Like,
you look
how
at
did
pay,
it get on the other side? Yeah, and it didn't
yeah,
touch
well,
your...
it was like a few random spots, and it was just completely inconsistent with what you.
Yeah, it was a rug burn.
Yeah.
Tell you right now, like
it
that
was
a
like
rug
road
burn.
rash or something. Yeah.
It was
The
like
rough
an
sex.
abrasion, not a burn.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
looked nothing alike.
And it was on
It's
the
a
wrong
rough-
side of her body, or her face, and her
I mean,
body, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
rough
like,
boom
hey,
sex,
I
and
just
she's
got
like,
stabbed by like a
"Just
7-inch knife, and you look, and it's like, well, that's like a pinprick. I don't, what?
I just laugh at it all the time. It's just so funny.
There's so many. There's
They
a
think they're
website.
the perfect
that's-
victims.
I forget what it's called, but it like documents all these fake hate crimes and. Like,
Well, the only people that
they-
this victim shit works on is white people. White people are the only people with like the natural empathy or compassion or
all
sympathy,
white
whatever you
people.
want to call it. Especially white women are
I'll
the
tell you right
easiest
now.
to trick with this type of shit.
White woman-
This doesn't work in Africa. It doesn't work on Africans or Muslims or Chinese. It does not work on other people. White people are the only ones who are predisposed to liberalism, and it's because of places like Maine is a good example where it's all white, so they don't have any problems.
Yeah,
that other states
And
do.
it's always in places, and that's why there's so many liberals in places like Maine and Vermont and
Yeah, where it's like
Oregon.
white because they don't know reality. And
Right,
because
because it's just an
blacks could
idea.
have-
It's not
Blacks
reality.
could have
to
this
them.
life too. Black people could have the same life if it wasn't for oppression keeping them down. It's like, no, they can't. Like, we've given them homes, we've given them money, we've given them free education, we've given them everything, and they still choose to be,
Maine is like the Sweden of America.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, like New York City recently, I'm sure you guys probably know the news up there. After COVID, like all these people are just absolutely fleeing New York City, even the Upper East Side and West Side, because they sent all De Blasio and all his wisdom sent all these like criminals and homeless people into these luxury hotels, these drug addicts and sex offenders. So all these liberals are just absolutely
Like his
fleeing.
daughter. Adoish.
Yeah, I'm sure she got a nice hotel, but it's funny because like this area, the Upper East Side, is just like 100% liberal, progressive. It's like, hey, this is exactly what you people
Very
vote
Jewish.
for, and you people are absolutely fleeing. It's like funny how when you get exactly what you vote for and advocate for, and you demonize anybody who goes against it, you people are just out the door as soon as you can.
Yep.
Fuck them.
I wouldn't say all of them are. I'm sure there's a lot of normal people there, like, in general, who just want to do their business and, not be taxed to death and have their whole fucking city burned down.
Just wanted to
But
go,
yeah.
damn it.
I'm talking.
There's going to be a massive exodus there. That's
I'm talking the Upper East Side.
If they didn't want to be taxed
which
to
is
death, they
like
wouldn't live
an
in New York City.
overwhelmingly liberal area, like notoriously liberal.
All
It's a really
And-
Jewish
yeah,
area,
yeah,
right?
Obviously,
Well, it's where
probably.
like Soho is.
Yeah.
But
East Village,
I'm sure,
Tuesday,
I'm sure
and all
not
that.
all of them, but
Right. Yeah.
all the ones leaving, I'm sure many of them are liberal.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody could want to live in New York City. The tax there is just retarded.
That's the big thing, Like,
I would-
honestly, you can take away left and right. Just the taxation situation there is enough to make any.
Well, I think that
person leave.
Hollywood has romanticized it so hard that people get tricked into, thinking that it's like this, romantic place to live and not the shithole that it is. I think we were talking about that a bit earlier.
People are fucking crazy, okay? When he came up, Michael came to visit me when we were dating, and we took a day trip down to New York City, and he was just like, oh, maybe we should get a hotel. I'm like, trust me, after 8 hours in this city, you're going to want to fucking leave. We were just doing Manhattan. We did from downtown straight to Central Park. Like, we didn't do the east side or the west side. We didn't do any of the other boroughs. And trust me, the last thing we did was Times Square. It was like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And he was like, yeah, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a cool place. It was like a lot of love hate.
Yeah, it's
thing
nice to
going
visit.
on.
I would, fuck that. Wasn't there.
It was like, oh, that was really awesome. That was a great experience. I fucking hate that place. Please.
I haven't been there since 2003, so it's been a long time.
Oh, that's when the city was coming together because 9/11.
Well, I think one of the most depressing things I saw were these churches, or the churches were beautiful, but there was this one we saw where it was like I don't know, they commissioned some, modern art, and there was these like monstrosities just coming out of the side of the building, where it was like these pipes that were coming out. Like I thought it was like some sort of construction at first, and then it was like these
we paid
these
somebody
like
$100,000
55-gallon
to do
drums
this.
that were like I really can't even describe it because it looks so ridiculous. It was like, oh, that's there on purpose.
Yeah, somebody's
what the hell?
retarded Jewish kid who couldn't get a job because they got a degree in like basket weaving, so they gave them now like $250,000 to do some art installation, which is just garbage. It's complete
Actually,
garbage.
what's funny, the last time I was there was an art installation. It was like some guy who just put like white flags on the trees in Central Park or something. It was like, what the F?
That's what I mean.
is this
And then
garbage?
you find out that dude got paid $100,000 to tie a bunch of white flags to trees. It's like, are you kidding me? This is to really make you think. Think what? This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I'm making a
Yeah,
statement.
modern art's
Okay,
ridiculous.
that
I just found a
talentless
picture of
and
it. I'm gonna
stupid.
put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was disgusting. It's a wall of drums, all painted red, and then two big white like poles and an X. It's so horrible. These fucking people, man. I don't know how they do these things. It's like that over in Europe too, man. I'd walk through these nice medieval cities, and then they'd have a modern art sculpture. It was like a prop plane, half of a prop plane, so it looked like it's crashed on the ground. Like, oh wow.
London's pretty bad for that.
That's deep. It's all bad for that. It's so horrible, man.
Oh my
Well,
God.
and there was like a big
it's
thing,
so
like
new wave.
Oh God. But there was like a bunch of the modern art crap when back in the whatever era it was, like in the 60s especially and shit. Like the CIA was funding a bunch of this modern art, and the idea was to like, because it's ridiculous, it's stupid shit like you fucking put in the chat there with the fucking
The wall of cans.
yeah, a bunch of red barrels and like what the
on
fuck
the side
is
of
this?
a beautiful cathedral.
Right. It's like, what the fuck is this? How is this like art? You know? It makes no sense at all. Gonna drop again?
I don't know. I'm still here. I was
Okay.
eating. I don't know what happened to everyone else.
Oh,
there we go.
I think they dropped for a second or something. And Bananapepper popped back in, so.
Yeah. Can you hear me or?
Hello,
Yeah.
Bananapepper, my old friend.
Oh, now you're muted. Oh, there you go.
Oh, it says our internet connection is unstable.
No, my. Oh, okay, that's what the problem was. Yeah, because you dropped for a second.
We got full bars though, so goddamn. Why do we pay money for this shit? Here, here's $100
That was
a month so we could be unstable.
That was my phone anyways. I accidentally closed it.
Yeah, man. But seriously, like the modern art's gotta fucking go. I start losing it. Like when I look through art history, once it starts getting like cubism, that's it. I'm like, all right, I'm done. And then that fed into that whole, the hell's his name, that faggy guy. Sorry, I know gamer. Warhol. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah,
Warhol.
Pop,
he didn't
pop
even.
art garbage. Ugh.
You know, he didn't even like make most of those fucking.
No, it's all remakes. It's like, here, let me blow up this Campbell Soup ad from 1930. That's pop art.
Or
This
like
ad
other
art.
people that like his orbiters would do it, and he just
Yep. And you
sell
take
it as
credit
his
for it.
own and shit. Yeah.
But honestly, his pop art is like, yeah, I can tolerate that. But yeah, and today's it's like, what is this shit? It's like Beetlejuice, that lady who's got those weird statues and they look like crap.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, right.
Or
I
it's
can't-
just
I
like
can't.
a bunch of
Can't take
paint
Warhol.
splattered on a canvas. I'm like, oh, this really.
Yeah,
speaks
Jackson
to me.
Pollock.
Yeah, that
Dude,
shit's stupid.
Yeah,
that was
Jackson
like
Pollock.
the most expensive,
Was
like
he?
ever.
Yeah, he was the one that had like
any artist
like
in the history of
$40
art.
million, some crazy
Yeah,
shit.
it got sold for the highest amount, like
And
higher
it
than
was-
fucking
it was-
Monet,
Yeah, it was
and he's
literally
still
just
alive.
a bunch of.
And it's just
I've
like-
seen one in real life. It's not. The only impressive thing about it is the size of it. It's like a giant red
Like
square with like a
tie-dye.
line through it.
But
It's like,
seriously, any asshole could do that. Any fucking 5-year-old could do that. It's just like, oh, the anger, all the ire, this,
really
the feel, the
evocative,
brush strokes. Like,
guys.
shut the
it
fuck
was
up,
like-
you
it was like
fakey
tie-dye.
scumbag.
It's really
There's no-
evocative.
It's like, yeah, he was like suspended from the ceiling, and he had like paintbrushes in his toes when he was doing this. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Literally, he's just sprinkling paint on a freaking canvas.
Well,
what a fucking homo.
Yeah, it's so devoid of meaning that it gives everybody, like, anybody can say anything about it. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like,
That's what I mean.
weird.
It doesn't
did you ever
take-
see that shit? It was a while back now, like 10 years ago or something. There was the guy who made, but he probably still around. Whatever. There was the guy who made the art, but like he put paint up his ass and like farted out onto the canvas.
Lovely.
Oh my god, that's so risque.
That's what I mean. Like, okay,
That's so new age.
been to Europe. I've seen like Peter Paul Rubens, right in my face, and these are huge pieces of art. Well, much taller than me. They must be like 8 feet, something like 10.
Pee Wee Herman did art.
No, Peter Paul Rubens. He was from
Oh.
the 1300s, and you see the art he did, and you go look it up. He literally, most of his detail, he did with a single hair. A single fucking hair. And
Wow.
these are masterpieces. And then I gotta you gotta appreciate... No, I don't. I don't have to appreciate Jackson Pollock. It took him 5 fucking minutes to splatter paint.
Right.
Sorry. I don't care. Oh, but the colors he picked out. Oh, okay, yeah. A 5-year-old...
Dude, Jackson Pollock was flinging thick ropes of paint all over those canvases. You gotta respect that.
Fuck that shit.
But he picked those colors specific.
Hey,
Other artists don't choose colors specifically.
Da
Right.
Vinci can suck a dick, okay? Because those are just, look at those colors, man.
Yeah, right.
Thrown around.
As I was saying, like, the Mona Lisa's garbage now. Jackson Pollock's work, that's deep.
I know. Well, you get the sense that, like, there's just all these snooty, highfalutin, like, libtards that live in New York City and are just like, oh, yeah, man, it's so deep. And if you don't get it, you're just low class and stupid.
Yeah, it's like a high status thing.
But that was all a psyop, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it
it's
was all a
psyop and a money laundering op.
And money. Well, yeah, that's what they were doing is laundering money through it.
Jackson
But they
Pollock's
did it
got
like with the
some
worst
Jewish retard
possible,
cousin.
stupidest fucking bullshit like Jackson Pollock there.
But the fucking
Yeah.
liberals that, like, buy into it and think it's all real,
Demoralization.
Yeah.
Well, it also came out with the time everyone was like dosing acid and shit in laboratories and late 50s.
Well, that was all part of the psyop too. I mean, it was all
But
related.
still, on acid, I couldn't look at that and be like, wow, yeah, this is great. On acid, I would look at that and be like, this is total garbage. I just don't
No,
get
that's
how
what acid does to your brain. You'd look at it and be like, whoa, this is fucking, there's something here.
I don't think
And then
so.
even being conscious of that, you'd be like, oh shit, acid just tricked me into thinking this shit painting was good.
I mean, maybe on acid you could look at it and be like, oh, wow, cool. Like, just
Yeah.
because there's...
Yeah,
all
that's what I'm
colors.
getting at.
But it's
Yeah,
not
I mean, that's
like,
what it does to your brain.
Oh,
You
you
can't
don't
really
look
help
at it.
but have
Yeah.
those type of thoughts when you're on LSD.
No, they said the guy
I mean,
that
I'd say,
came up
like,
with the
yeah,
structure
cool
of
in the
DNA, he
sense
did
that-
that while he was on
I'm just
acid.
trying to find a reason for its popularity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The coincidences.
Hype, media hype. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're not
Media
wrong,
hype.
yeah.
Jackson Pollock.
With,
Bunch of
like-
idiots just
Early
follow what the
family
media
life on
says.
Wikipedia. I don't know what we're going to find.
If the media tells you that it's good, half of the population would be like, well, they said it was good.
I don't think they really liked Pollock for a long time. I don't think they probably looked at it the same way we do until maybe, I don't know, the 80s or 90s, or I forget.
Well, no,
Or was it
was
really-
60s, I think, when it was really
They're a bunch of
ramping
Satanists.
up.
They love that art that's devoid of any kind of meaning or depth. And then,
It has to have no connection to like culture or race. That's a big part of it,
That
I
too.
would think.
Yep.
Or humanity
Because
in
all old
general.
art
That's
used
all
to.
And no connection to the divine either. It can't have any kind of religious
that's
connotations
exactly it.
whatsoever.
That's,
Yep.
I mean, that's basically what it's all been all about for 100 years now,
It's like, it's like the people that pull the strings or make the decisions, like, oh, well, are we going to give this person money to make an art project in the middle of our new city? Are we going to give them a grant? It's like, okay, let's look at their stuff. Is it taking us in the direction away from culture and national identity? Yes? Okay, great. Give him $50,000.
Oh, wait, that's your retarded cousin? Give him $200,000.
Well, because for literally ever until the past 100 years or so, like, art, the best art, the greatest art, was always connected to the divine. The best art, the best
Well, it was commissioned by the
architecture.
church.
It's the best art.
Yeah.
Greatest art. Nobody's got better.
Well,
art
even
than
like in pre-Christian times,
Donald
it was
Trump.
somehow related to the divine, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
Yep. But even like artists during, say,
like
the
atheists
Renaissance.
produce anything good?
Artists during the Renaissance, even when they weren't doing, say, paintings for the church, most of the paintings they did on their own were usually based in mythology, like Roman mythology and Greek mythology, which is still somewhat of a connection to the divine.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the greatest structures, the most beautiful, like buildings throughout Europe and even other.
Well, when I
cultures.
see those, I
It's
want
like,
to
what
put
are they?
a wall of
they're
red
all,
cans next to them.
They're all religious. Even like the Taj Mahal or certain mosques throughout.
I tell you, you see the
Middle East.
Pantheon, I just
Like,
want
it's
to put a
all
bunch of
religious
red
based.
barrels next to it, because why not? That'll improve it.
Like, it's not like, oh yeah, man, we wanted to build this structure that was going to take like 200 years to complete, but it has no connection to religion because fuck religion, man. God's not real. Yeah. That never happened.
I gotta tell you, I mean, even you talking about 100 years ago, like, I could tolerate Van Gogh. He was a pervert. Like, you go and see his art. Most of his sketches, his free, it's all like, and I'm not saying, oh, it's the nude body. No, it's like porn. He was literally like sketching out doodles of porn. That's most of his art. But I could tolerate some of Van Gogh. Like Starry Night and the Melting Time Clock one there. I forget what the name of that one is. That's pretty good stuff. But I was never a huge Picasso fan. Oh yeah, that was Dali. Sorry.
Dali was a fascist, actually. I don't know if you guys knew that. Salvador Dali was he was a Franco guy. He was a fascist.
Yeah.
Very based.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Van Gogh. Dali. He was the one. He did a lot of this sketches, but it was just like little porn sketches.
Yeah. Who's the other guy? Louis Buñuel. He was like of that type too, I believe. I could be wrong, but I know there was another like Spanish artist that was into
Picasso,
that.
but
It's like a Francophile.
I don't think Picasso was a Francophile. Not really a huge fan of his work.
So Pollock doesn't appear to be Jewish, but
yeah, right.
Let's see what it says. Oh.
They never appear to be. Wikipedia has erased that early life.
Pollock signed a gallery contract with Peggy Guggenheim. Yeah.
Oh God. The Guggenheim.
After seeing the big mural, the art critic Clement Greenberg wrote.
Oh, Greenberg loved
What
it.
did Greenberg have to say? I took one look at it and I thought,
it's
that's
so
great
soulless
art.
and devoid
And
of
I
anything.
knew Jackson was the greatest painter this country has ever produced. Okay. Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
All right, we can't have this dead air, guys. I know we talk a lot. We just jumped in and rambled on here for like a half hour.
Yeah, but we've been going for 3 hours, so.
Oh, you guys are all tuckered out, huh?
Burn through all the prep.
That's what happens when we're late to the party. So they're having protests
blew it.
here. Apparently, Alex Jones is going to be here tomorrow in Atlanta. We're going to try.
He's already here.
Oh, I guess
He's already there, yeah.
We're going to try to go see him, but
That was where that fucking Ali video bullshit came from, was Georgia.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because like I get off work and then
Nick Fuentes is there too, guys.
Oh yeah. Hello, based department.
Try not to
so-
step on him.
I'll try.
Yeah. Excuse me there, little guy.
No,
Where's your mother?
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Oh my God, how funny would that be to just bump into him and say that? Oh, sorry, guys.
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Failed woman of a sister and her
Oh, come on, he's alright.
black girlfriend.
No, I would have no interest in talking to him. Like, I like his content, but he seems like a dick.
Yeah, he seems like a fucking
Like,
douchebag.
little egocentric.
Yeah.
He cares about the white identity so much as a Mexican that, like, he tells his white sister to, date a black girl.
Oh yeah, based, dude.
Instead of having all those white babies that she
Isn't his
already has.
dad's name Solomon?
Lesbian mudcharking is based in red pill.
He didn't
Kinda
actually
weird.
tell her. I'm saying.
Lesbian
she
mudcharking
dates
is as based in red
dates
pill
black guy?
as Cat
Girl.
Boys.
Maybe even more based in red
Maybe
pill.
even more.
She's a
I mean, that's what's going to save the white race, right?
My husband's just finding this out
and
for the first
traveling
time.
around in an RV, macing.
Fucking munching on Choco tacos.
Yeah. Between Choco Taco munching and riding around in an RV and macing people.
Oh yeah, Mr. Hooknose out there with the content spray.
Hey, is this true,
My
guys?
husband just heard about this
Is
for the
this
first
true?
time, so now I gotta go find the image. Fuck my life.
Is Nick Fuentes' sister going out with another black chick?
Yeah.
Where did you hear this?
I got the image right here from their prom.
Yeah, it's
Nick
It's
standing
like a
with
thing,
her
yeah.
and her date.
yeah, it's like established fact.
Which I mean, I mean, you know, I
Sister
guess you
and
can't
her
really like
girlfriend.
control what your family does, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, well, you could make it well known that you're highly uncomfortable with the situation. I gotta tell you what, I mean, my family didn't control me, but they let us all know. They let all 9 of us children know. Dating outside your race is verboten. That's not going to be tolerated around here. Hey, you had a cousin who did that, and guess what? They're disowned. So.
Oh, that's
I
unfortunate.
mean, nobody had to tell me that.
You know what I mean? Like he's like white women.
It's in my heart. I
White
feel it in my
girls-
heart.
White girls fall prey to liberalism. White girls fall prey
Yes.
to propaganda
Maybe a
more so
different
than
piece of
guys.
my
So
anatomy,
if
I'm
you're
not
not
sure,
hitting them, you're not hitting them with counter propaganda and letting them know, hey, nah, that's not
Hey,
cool,
well-
and you can't do that, and I won't talk to you, and you make that uncomfortable. They'll just go out and do it because it's like they're bombarded with this bullshit. I mean, we just saw something the other day on
girls,
fucking.
if they have the chance to rebel, they just will.
Yeah, I saw a shot on MSNBC. This white woman, right? It was like a fucking AM Joy or some shit. So it's like 2 black chicks, 3 white women, and the black chick's asking this white woman about the white women who voted for Trump. It was actually not a vote for Trump. It was a vote against Biden and Harris, mostly against Harris, right?
Oh,
So this white woman goes on this spiel, just pretty much sitting there saying how, oh, you think that white women are the angels of the white race. Well, they're not, okay? And white women use their whiteness to hurt, especially black men, because black men threaten their privilege. I'm like, what fucking bullshit are you spewing?
Right.
What is this garbage?
They
She
actually
went on for
believe
like
this
3
shit,
minutes.
though. Or they get other people to believe it. I don't know if they actually believe it, but they get...
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's the same either way. So
Well,
I mean,
it
the
reminds
effect.
me of it's kind of a similar thing as a chronic liar, where they bullshit so much they actually believe it.
Yeah.
You know,
like they can't really tell if they're like telling the truth or not. Like they don't even think about it. They just bullshit.
Yeah,
It's definitely a real
pathological liar is what I was trying to say. Yeah, where they like a pathological liar will pass a lie detector test because they kind of believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
like
kind of believe their own bullshit. And
Like you tell a lie or something to get out of trouble, and it's like a really big deal, and it comes up a lot in your life, and you just keep sticking with this lie. It's like you go on long enough, and it's like you may actually convince yourself, like, oh, maybe it actually did happen the way, like you forget that you were lying.
yeah, it's.
But yeah, when you're pathological and you're constantly telling these lies, it's definitely easy to just fall for your own bullshit. So, not to change the subject, but I just saw a Jackson Pollock original drip painting on eBay. It says it used. Guess how much it's going for?
How much?
Millions.
$4.5 million.
Oh, I'm sure that'll sell.
Yeah, who the fuck's going? Oh, and it says free local pickup. Oh, wow, really? I get free shipping?
Only if it's local.
Holy shit, I can save on
deal.
shipping.
Only if it's local.
On a $4.5 million deal? Oh, man. I'm getting a hell of a deal there.
Yeah, you gotta, it just says
free
only
shipping.
local, though. It doesn't say free shipping, just local pickup. So
Local pickup.
yeah, if you're not local, sorry.
30-day returns.
30-day return.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend $4.5 million 2 weeks later. It's just not for me. Let me get my money
Hey,
back.
can I rent this? I've got a party and I want to look high status.
Can I get my $4.5 million back?
I got a bunch of Jews coming over later, and I want them to think that I'm high status and I'm not just like a redneck white boy.
Yeah, and then
Let me
you
rent your
over,
painting.
And they're like used. I could tell he got it used on eBay.
Look at that! Look at that corner's bent a little bit.
You could smell it's been elsewhere. Fucking God. That's so fucked up. Or best offer.
Like this has got to be a
offer
scam.
them 1 cent.
This has got to be a scam.
Can you offer them 1 cent?
Like who's
I will
dropping?
give you one
who's
penny
dropping
for
almost $5 million on eBay?
Right.
I don't know, dude. I told you. There used to be dumb shit on eBay, like people buying rocks that resembled something, but it didn't. It just looked like a fucking rock. Toast. My toast has an image of Jesus, and you look at it, it's like, I don't see Jesus in your toast. Selling for $5,000. What? If people would buy this shit too. Because
should look at diamonds. I've seen some for 100 million plus on eBay.
I wonder if they ever like nobody. If you've got $100 million, you're obviously not retarded.
Yeah, you might have inherited it, so you might be retarded.
Maybe. I mean, there are those people, but still.
Tell ya. So what are you guys
Depends
talking
if the
about
seller's reputable. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna tap out. I gotta make something to eat here, but I'll keep listening.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same.
Bananapepper.
Can only talk to you for a minute, but you know, I miss you, buddy.
No, it's okay. I'm hungry. I gotta cook some chicken.
Yeah, we had meatball sandwiches
Are you
earlier.
gonna have banana peppers on that chicken?
Possibly, highly likely.
Like I always get, whenever I get a sub, I always get banana peppers.
You don't always.
I got a roast chicken and some rice. It'll be
I
alright.
wanted you guys to know that.
Oh, fucking starving.
I tell you, tomorrow is kibasi
Stop it,
night.
bro. Let me
We're
get the
having
banana
some
peppers.
kibasi with potato and cheddar pierogies with some sautéed onions and red cabbage.
Fine.
Should be a good night here.
Check you later, Pepper.
Yeah, take it easy.
All right, guys, you take care, and I'll see you on another live stream possibly. All right, later, guys.
Yep. Have a good night, bro.
So Simon Birch.
Yo.
How did you get that Abby again? What's the story behind that?
There really isn't one. I just thought it was funny. I've been using it for like 6 or 7 years now. At one point, I just thought it would be funny to use Simon Birch as my avatar on like Twitter and YouTube. I guess it was just YouTube at the time. But yeah, that was funny. That's pretty much it. And then I kind of stuck with it. I started meeting people while I was using it. So anytime I got yeeted, I would come back with it so that, you know, they would know it was me.
And now you decided that Simon Birch got pretty based and gave him the skull mask.
Simon Birch has had enough of this shit. Exactly.
Simon is tired of this bullshit.
That's right. He's not
He's
deal
going
with these people.
mask off with the skull mask on.
And then one day, out of the blue, for no reason at all, Simon Birch.
For no reason at all.
No reason at all.
It's always
just
for no reason at
decided
all.
to have a beef with Jews.
You know, it's just because white people are evil to our core. That's all it is. You know,
Well,
it's
I
not
mean,
like
it's in our
Jesus
nature, bro.
deserved
Can't help it.
Yeah, it's not like they deserve it or anything. No, it's just we just like to
I tell
blame
you,
other people for
one of
our
the most-
failures.
One of those red pilling
that had
moments.
absolutely nothing to do with them.
One of the most red pilling moments I experienced was like all throughout, you know, middle school and elementary school when you're growing up. You learned about the Nazis, like burning books and oh no, that's horrible. That's the worst thing ever. And then you realize, oh, they were just burning all the New Age bullshit.
They were burning all that tranny
Mostly-
propaganda.
yeah, mostly like porn and
And I'm like, holy shit.
crazy shit
If they
like
were doing
that.
that today, I don't know if I would be against that, right? Like if they were burning a, you know, some sort of representation of like gender studies and feminism and just like, fuck it, throw in the fire, throw all the porn sites in the fire. And like, yeah, I don't know if I would be against that. I don't think I would.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't
You
think
know,
I'd miss
just,
them.
hey, one day for no reason at all, started throwing gender studies in the fire.
I tell you. Yeah, I heard that too. Biden plans on, you know, that's the first thing he's planning on doing is he's going to forgive student loans, which I'm sure there's going to be a nice little line in there like, oh, well, if you owe over $10,000, we're going to forgive your loan. And then the people who owe under $10,000, their taxes are going to go up a whole shitload to pay for that. Then you find out all these people that owe that much, they all come from well-to-do families, and the only reason they owe that much is because they took bullshit fucking studies. They didn't get like an engineering degree, you know, where they could go out and get a job right fucking way. No, they got basket weaving. They got gender studies. They got
No,
this
I
is a
don't-
real study, by the way. Black lesbianism. Apparently, this is a real Afro lesbianism.
Hey, that degree translates into like
A lot of money.
Six-figure
That's the
salaries.
thing. They're going to get masters.
Bro, you can
in
use
these
that.
bullshit
You
degrees.
can get any job with a degree like that.
I guarantee you, I'm
you know what
telling
job
you,
they get?
right out of college, six-figure salary with black lesbianism
This
degree.
is Afro lesbianism. This is the job they get, right? They get their master's degree, and the job they get is for being a fucking once in a while consultant or whatever the hell they call them on CNN, MSNBC. They come on there to be the expert in Afro lesbianism.
Yeah, they say like political consultant.
Yeah, it's like
But it's
oh
like
my
you
God.
know what that means? That means they volunteered for some sort of political campaign at some point, which like anybody can do.
Just want to shoot. I want to shoot people. I tell you.
Oh, with a Nerf gun or a squirt gun.
No, I told you with loaves
That's
of
what you
bread.
meant.
I've made this
Oh,
very
loaf of
clear.
bread. That works
I
too.
want to
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
people with loaves of stale loaves. Okay, I mean I'm not going for Wonder Bread here. I'm talking, nice crusty stale loaf of bread. I want
A bunch of
some kind of
crostini.
Like
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you let a
the-
bunch of ciabatta bread sit out for like a couple days, get a nice hard crust on them.
Hey Jacob, I just threw an image in the group chat. You should throw that up on the stream, real quick.
All right.
I think you and also chat might get a kick out of it.
You think you can save our country without me? Yes. Yeah, I gotta say, he's got a fucking weird face. It's so sad. Like, all of these, like, based people of color, they always let us down, don't they?
Wait,
It's like, the
which chat?
only one who is...
In the group chat, the friend report on Twitter.
Your Twitter chat has it.
Clarence Thomas is, like... the only
Oh,
one that
yeah, I was laughing at that.
really
earlier.
hasn't let us down.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. It's funny as shit.
But I'll throw it up on the thing.
Out of the 13%, what would you say? Like, maybe 5%, 2%? What's the percentage of the 13% that wouldn't let us down?
I'd say, like, 12 people.
Okay, so
So
what does
that's a pretty good estimate, to be fair.
what's that equal up to?
Like, Clarence is on that list.
Clarence Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a couple
He's
black
like,
friends, but they're
of
all
all
like,
the fucking Supreme Court judges that have let us down, Clarence has been the only one that's pretty solid. I mean, I'm not saying he's like super base, but at that level.
I'm gonna.
He's better than Roberts.
He's been better than all these other assholes.
Fucking Roberts.
Yeah.
Dude. What do they got on
I'm
Roberts?
gonna relay a real quick story here about a black friend that I had that I'd worked with for a while. We used to chill a lot. I knew him for years, like 3 or 4 years. And he was dating a girl, and one day he just like snapped on her and like tried to choke her out and shit. Ran from the cops.
That's really shocking.
Escaped over to California. Was hiding out there. Got arrested while he was there. The cops let him go because COVID had just started, and they didn't want to deal with interstate, whatever the fuck they would have to do,
Yeah, extradition.
So they just let him go, and then he just came back. His parents didn't want him there, so he trashed their house, slashed their tires, fucked all their shit up, and then called me and told me, laughing about it, like it was funny. And I was like, all right, well, I don't want to ever speak to you again. Don't fucking call me. Like, don't ever.
Right.
Like, no, dude.
I don't know.
I'm not aiding and abetting.
It's fucking wild because like
before
he
all
was
that,
he was raised by whites. He was adopted by 2 like hillbilly-ish type
There you go,
parents,
though, right? There
and
you
he
go.
was half white himself.
There you go.
But
Never
it just
worked.
goes to show that you really like never know. You know what I mean? That trigger is always there. That trigger for like quick
Yeah,
aggression.
They start hearing the
mean-
jungle drums, and that's it, man.
Well, it's
That low time. Because when I asked him like, what was your plan after you ran from the cops? Like, what was your plan for the future? And he's like, I don't know. I just had to get away.
Yeah, they
You're a
don't have
fucking
future
retard,
plans.
dude.
Yeah, that's
But
like.
that's one of their problems. They don't have future plans.
So
That's,
he
Yeah,
choked
they
out
don't. They
his
don't think
girlfriend?
ahead. That's
they
because
don't
that's
think for
white.
tomorrow.
That's white supremacy. That
It
Yeah,
is.
that
That's white. That's
Yeah,
white
I mean-
people time.
ahead.
Time preference is a white thing, honestly. Having a time horizon at all is
Yeah.
like is,
Concepts of time.
Like a concept
Yeah,
of
they-
time
I
at
hope we're not
all
promoting that here on
is
this.
a weight thing.
We're not promoting that sort of thing on the stream, are we? Because I'm not cool with the white supremacy time.
No,
we were talking earlier.
Respecting time, being punctual.
man.
We were talking earlier, right? Now,
No,
my
I
husband
showed
and
up.
here,
No, I
and-
showed up late to work the other day, and my boss is like, "Hey, why are you late?" I'm like, "Bro, you think I'm gonna perpetuate white supremacy?" He's like, "Oh, okay, all right."
we were talking earlier, and I was saying it's like funny because like Indians or like Chinese
my
people,
part.
Japanese, Asian
Being
people,
an
right?
ally.
They'll have these like really traditional names, right? Like Mohunga Pata Pikipara or whatever. You know, Chongqing, Jiang, you know, and then you ask them, like, what's your name? They're like, oh, just call me Sam. Just call me Bob. Like they will anglify.
I'm not gonna do that.
They will anglify themselves, right, to try to fit into our society. But then black people are brainwashed, do the exact opposite, and they make up these names that they think are African, like Tyrone and Taniqua
Deshante.
and Shanae. It's like, those aren't African names. If you took your ass to Africa, Ruby is like, I don't know any Tyrones. I never heard the name. This is my son, Niba, and this is my daughter, and that is our friend, Bob. Like, they never heard names like this shit. They just make these fucking, like, just add some syllables, make sure there's a Y and a T somewheres in there. That's good enough. I don't fucking get it, man. I don't get why we tolerate it.
Deshante.
Yeah.
Oh.
They start fucking naming themselves.
Yes. I like the Q names. The Q names are my favorites. Like Daquan, Quanta, anything with a Q, like a Qua sound. It's just fucking hilarious. Quantavious is a real one, by the way. I'm not like.
My name is Quality,
I've seen that
spelled
one,
with two
Quantavious.
Y's.
That's why I said it, because that was one. All of these names are one. Dude, I saw the funniest one. It was Shithade. It was spelled Shithhead.
No fucking way.
Yeah, can make that up, though.
Okay.
Oh
my
God.
mother-in-law, she had one for her work, right? She does like medical billing. It was LA-A, right? So they're trying to print like lay, and the lady got pitched. Like, it's Ladasha. Whoa, wait,
Ladasha.
what? LA-A, Ladasha.
Yeah. La dash like, oh god damn.
Like,
Stupid
tell me your mom
fucking
couldn't just
jogger.
spell out dash. She put the hyphen and thought that was cool, and like people would
Her mom's a postmodernist negress.
Well, that's what I like.
Well, like, that's basically.
These are my twin daughters. Quantity and quality is spelled with all Y's.
It's like, so you want to spend your whole life going around like just waiting for the chance for people to get it wrong, which everybody will. And
yes.
So you could be a dick, like, Ladasha. You
White people don't even know
you
how to
moron.
pronounce our names and shit. That's a microaggression.
Ain't be spicing their food, ain't be pronouncing
like,
our
dude,
names.
you just made it up and then
Yes,
spelled it
Tank.
some fucking weird way, and completely
Like,
arbitrary.
just to be
For real,
out of the
Tank.
norm. Like, white supremacy.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tank.
You people don't have dashes in your name. Ugh.
I just think it's funny because I was thinking about it. I'm just like, yeah, dude, Asian people and these.
Well, my name
Indians,
is
but they're weird. Yeah, they have these long names, and they'll be like, but just call me Bob. They'll immediately amplify their
why
names
don't
to
you
make
white
it
people
easier.
able to pronounce that?
Yeah, there was an Indian chick I used to work with, and her name was like Neil or something.
Mhm.
And I heard people call her Niels and Neil, and I was like, hey, is it Niels or Neil with an S or no S? She's like, oh, it's actually Neil, and I was like, everyone just calls me Neil. I was like, well, what's your name? She, she tells me. I'm like, okay,
I'm calling you Neil.
I'll just call you Neil.
Yeah, I guess I'll call you Neil.
I was like, because I have no
sounds
idea
good.
what you just said.
Like Bulgarians
But then-
have a problem, have a hard time pronouncing Jacob because it's like they don't have a j sound.
Yeah, so
you know?
it'd be Jakob.
Jacob?
Well,
Sounds like a Y.
well, they like
Yakub.
Well, they don't even have like a straight Y sound. They have like ya. So that's kind of like it.
What's Bulgaria like?
Um.
Does anybody speak English there?
Yeah.
Or is
And
it-
actually, when they
American
speak
garbage?
English, they speak it
I know, like,
really
I-
well.
I know, like everyone in Europe kind of most
Except for the
European
French.
countries.
The French speak English. They just refuse
like,
to.
also speak English. I didn't know if Bulgaria was included in that.
Yeah, like all the kids learn it in school and stuff like that, and
You meet a Frenchman in Bulgaria, but français s'il vous plaît.
a lot of them go to England and different places to work. So.
No, yeah, they all get American pop over there too. Our TV shows, our movies, the
Yeah.
garbage music. So even if they're not like well studied, they pick it up because of the media that surrounds them.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, because sometimes they'll put subtitles for it, but sometimes they dub over it, so.
Yep.
It depends.
Yep. Well aware of that. The subs.
And like I said, the ones that
subtitles.
usually when they speak English, they speak it really well. So like.
Just not Jacob.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn Spanish at my work because, as you can imagine, on the construction site, there's a lot of Spanish.
They have sounds.
No mames. All you need to know is no mames.
They have sounds in their
Gringo
alphabet and their language that we don't have in ours.
You're like, okay,
and we have sounds that they don't have. So.
They fucking love saying puta. Like, they love throwing around that insult. Like, I feel like bitch is not, I mean, yeah, we probably use that
Yeah,
a lot. But
you hear verga a lot?
Like I'm not constantly...
My point was that I'm not out like, oh my god, you guys can't pronounce my name. What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. We know that's how you are.
Totally. I'm like, seriously.
You say it really rednecky too. You're like, y'all can't pronounce
Y'all
shit.
can't be pronouncing my name and shit.
Just boiling under the surface.
What's so hard about it? What's so hard about it?
Make your mouth make the sounds I want them to make. What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, no, I have the same problem with my name with the Mexicans that I always end up working with.
They call you
can't
Jaime?
really. I mean, I'll often just tell them that because I say Jamie and they're like confused, like
Jaime.
Jeremy.
Just call me
Jeremy.
Jaime.
And I always just call me Jaime. It's fine.
You ever
Jaime
you
is
go by
fine.
James ever?
No, but some of them call me that.
Actually, a lot of languages have a problem with the J sound because,
like,
They don't have it.
Like, what'd you say, Eric?
And then the ones that have even a G, some of them, like the Germanic ones, their G's are hard H's. They're not G sounds either.
yeah, their G's are hard H's and their J's are like a Y sound usually.
Yeah, some of them are almost like a soft Z, like a Z.
Or they'll have like a back of the
they
throat
have the
type
zh.
of sound for J.
They have the soft Z, like a ZH sound, zh, here. So like if they when they spell my name, it's like D, the, zh,
DZ.
Jacob,
Yeah, they spell it DZ.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have a different alphabet, so it's like Cyrillic alphabet. So.
Oh, it's Bulgaria.
Yeah.
That's considered Eastern European, right? They were part of the bloc.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is
That's
actually,
cool.
and the Cyrillic alphabet was actually invented in Bulgaria, so.
Now, yeah, it's not Slavic though, is it their language?
Yeah, it's Slavic.
Oh, it's Slavic. It is.
It's
Well, I know because there's like difference. There's the Russian, which isn't Slavic.
Yeah,
So
no,
there's Slavic, and then there's the other one, which is almost like Greek.
yeah, Bulgarian is the closest to Old Church Slavonic, actually.
I see. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So how long are you there for?
Who knows with the way shit's going?
He's like forever.
Yeah,
Was it a woman that brought you there?
of course.
Oh, there you go.
But
That
you know,
usually does it.
What, a woman?
If she doesn't want to come back here with you?
no.
She's like,
No
yeah, fuck
desire
that
to
place.
Oh, no
I want to
way.
stay here.
You
Where
went
we
there
have
for a
no
woman?
freedoms. So are you gonna I don't know, apply? Do you have like a Visa card? Do you apply for your citizenship or?
Well, I have to
Still
do
in
it
here.
from there, so it's all weird.
Did you?
Well, I mean, if you're there, right? Did you get that's why I said Visa card. Your visa, did you apply for that before you went? Because obviously you're a long stay.
Well, no, because of COVID, they had a whole everything. All travel's all messed up and shit.
Did you
so.
vote?
Yeah.
Is that you?
It
Can
wasn't
vote?
counted though, so it doesn't really matter.
Actually, I think it just got counted since they found that memory card in Walton County.
Yeah. I mean, they have a process for voting overseas.
Oh, you gotta like this shit, right?
Well,
You
yeah, I
guys
had to do
heard
it
this,
through
right?
the Georgia state thing.
Georgia.
But yeah.
Oh, you're from Georgia? You from our state?
That's where I lived before I came out here, so you guys knew that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Michael didn't even know that.
I
Nick
didn't know that,
Fuentes'
Jacob.
sister
We
was
talked about it before.
Getting scissored by a black chick, so you know, I mean.
We definitely talked about it before.
Yes, we have. I knew that. I knew that. He did not know that.
I'm sure I was off spelunking construction sites or something.
Spelunking construction sites. Yeah, my husband killed his first deer last weekend.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Face.
We're gonna get some venison.
My cousins,
this weekend.
we gutted it, you know, took the skin off, took the meat out, and then you gotta let it soak or throw it on ice for like 3 or 4 days, and then process it. So we're going back on Friday.
Getting that shit.
We'll have some venison burgers.
Venison stew.
And take home the rest of the
I'd rather have
meat.
venison stew than venison burgers, but you know, whatever.
Well, I don't know. You can. Why don't you text?
Lots of things you can do with it.
I want chunks. I want chunky meat.
Well, we can make
Cure some of it. I think that's like a really good thing to learn. Yeah, a really good thing to learn how to do is to for preservation without refrigeration. You know,
Like,
cure it.
If you know the world collapses, yeah, you can either smoke it, make yours it, or salt it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never. I haven't
say
gotten
that
too much into that or like charcuterie, but that's one thing I've been wanting to get into. You know.
Yeah.
That's a word you don't hear
I
often.
feel like it's an important thing to learn because like I say that to people sometimes and they're like, oh, ha ha ha, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I feel like the collapse is coming sooner than you think. So.
Yeah, and they let.
Yeah, I mean, even if not, it's a good skill to have. You know.
Absolutely.
Bro, if they let Biden steal the election, he's already said it. He's gonna make lockdown mandatory for the country. He's gonna make mask wearing.
He's also said he wants to open us back up to refugees.
Yeah,
he wants
so
to
he's
increase
gonna let
it.
foreigners come in while telling all of us we can't do shit. I mean, they've already in multiple cities and multiple states, the governors and mayors are already saying, you can't get together for Thanksgiving, and pretty sure you're not gonna be able to get together for Christmas.
Yeah, they're already saying, we're
Don't
gonna
have
have to
more
cancel
people than who's in your
Christmas.
fucking house.
Let's-
Fuck you. How about fuck you?
right. I mean that
Eat a
that
fucking
is like
dick.
it's like wait,
Gavin
you're
Newsom
gonna
could go out
tell
having
people
lunch at some snooty
you're
French
gonna tell
restaurant, but I
people
can't be around my
that
family?
that
Fucking
family cannot go meet each other. Like, is that really where we've gone?
That's what I mean, and they scared the
And
shit.
people are still gonna be like, oh my god, no.
Okay,
COVID
you
is
guys know,
totally
right,
legit.
how they found 6,000 votes here in Georgia so far? I
thought-
heard they
I-
just found a
I
bunch more,
thought the
too.
number
No, they
was
found
6
like more than and
million.
then there was like 10,000 that was overcounted that just didn't
No,
exist.
Well, no, I'm talking about ones that
But
were
then
never
they found,
counted,
like-
right? They found...
Yeah, they found. They keep finding the memory cards. One was in Walton County, one was in
It was about 6
Lafayette County, and one of them
Yeah.
was in I forget the other one.
The majority of these votes, they said, went to Trump. These were
Yeah.
Trump votes, like 95% plus for Trump.
That's what I was
Mainstream
saying.
media,
I think
like
I think
CBS
my
or
vote just
Fox.
got counted because it was probably on that memory card because Walton County is not very big, you know.
These fucking cocksuckers on the mainstream media. My father-in-law's watching the
And it was
news, and
probably
they
like
said
absentee ballots.
they said those votes were all Biden. Almost all. They said the exact opposite. Oh well, yeah, they found 6,000 uncounted votes here in Georgia, but they were mostly Biden votes.
Yeah, they're just straight lying.
Bullshit! Nobody in fucking
Security
Walton
guy.
County
Lying
was
at this
voting
point.
for fucking
I was
Biden.
talking to my father-in-law about it today, and he was
Like,
that's what he
they-
said to me.
they
He was
are
like, "Oh,
all-
those votes were all for Biden." I'm like, "No, they weren't.
No,
they
they
were more
weren't.
than 95% Trump."
Yeah, they're
He's like,
all absolutely colluding.
and he's
I
just
mean,
like, you know, same face, disgruntled face. Like, of course they just totally bullshit and lied to us because that's
That's-
what they're saying though.
Yeah, that's what
the
I'm saying.
regular
If you
news
look
say.
at where they were, those are places that are definitely like gonna go Trump. There's no way in hell they're gonna vote for Biden.
Yeah.
You know what
Dude,
I
I
mean?
don't think the amount of people they said in Fulton County voted for. I don't even believe that shit.
No, me neither.
Came here and like 10 people watched him, and there was more Trump supporters that went to go visit him and boo him than there were
Yeah,
Biden supporters.
I mean, you,
but I'm
you
supposed to buy
think-
this shit?
You think he got more than Obama? Like, give me
Yeah,
a break.
right.
And even
Over
there's,
fucking
you know,
7 million
I'm not
my
saying
ass.
it was a huge number of.
Dude, when I
obese
worked in
black
Atlanta,
people
half
that
the
went out
black
for
people
Trump.
where I worked fucking were Trump supporters. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you know, it's not like there was a huge turnaround of black people for Trump, but there was
way more than there's ever been
decent,
for Republicans.
yeah, there was a decent number, and that alone
I mean,
suggests
imagine
that
the
there's no
ghetto-
fucking way that Biden got more than Obama.
Let's be honest.
I
Let's
imagine
be
the
honest.
ghetto welfare people were Biden voters.
That's
but,
what I was
like,
about to
the
say.
ones that
The
had
real
jobs,
issue.
What? Them?
The real
Them?
issue
No, come
were
on.
black women.
Yeah,
That,
but the
that's
ones
all
that
that
had
support
jobs
Biden.
were like half fucking Trump supporters. You know?
Yeah, and probably the ones that are just like, yeah, you know, I don't really want the constant rioting, and we know who's doing that, so.
Well, I'll tell you that. No.
I feel like maybe we shouldn't go in this direction.
You ever notice it too? Like I'm saying this earlier, like we gotta get rid of black women. We really fucking do, dude. They're doing the counts in all these states. They're the ones that like told all the Republicans, okay, y'all gotta leave now. We're gonna stop counting, and then locked the doors and kept counting. They're the ones that started boarding up windows. They're the ones that here in this state we had the one doing the recount, and she's like Biden. All 3 votes were for Trump. Then when the auditor called her out, like, no, those were all Trump votes, and sat there and watched her, she went to the supervisor, like, I'm getting paid by taxpayers. I don't know why they need to be standing here watching me. Because, bitch, you can't fucking do your job. You shouldn't even be here.
Because you're
Like, I
completely
tell ya.
dishonest, have no ethics.
I think that's all that voted for Biden was just black women. I don't think he got any votes from anybody else. Maybe a couple of idiot white women, too, because
plenty.
white women
yeah.
are fucking stupid.
And the long noses.
Plenty of white women.
Yeah. But even then, there's so many Jews that were for Trump because of him moving the goddamn embassy to Jerusalem. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
they were doing goddamn
Stolen Heights.
I think yes,
Yeah, right.
No, I think just across the board, there was a lot of people that were otherwise not Trump supporters, that because of the BLM and Antifa rioting, and you know maybe some of the COVID stuff, that it kind of woke up some of these people that are just like, oh wow, I can't, you know, and then watching the news be like, yeah, they're all peaceful protests. What? They're not coming from this. Yeah, and everyone knew that the Democrats were supporting them and funding them. It's like, wow, I can't vote for that.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to shut it down because it's getting really late here.
Yeah. I was just about to ask you. I saw what you put in the chat here. Mercer, who's funding Parler, also funded Ali Akbar to $60,000.
Mercer?
Yeah. I just found that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show this shit again too because Parler, like I went to go create an account, and of course they want your phone number and all this bullshit, and I was like, fuck you.
I'm not creating any goddamn Parler account.
Yeah, I'd heard enough about that I didn't even go to sign up.
But I did find the One American News Network. They got one.
Yeah.
They set up called Free Talk. Here, I'll put it in the chat.
OAN?
Yeah. OA. But
I saw you posted
freetalk.app.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm Walrus Fren on there. If anybody wants to join.
Well, if I get on there, I will find you, Walrus Friend. Hey, we actually are going to try to stream this Saturday. We stream much later than you, so we'll probably join you first before we do ours, because ours usually starts at like 10 or 11 EST.
Yeah,
we're late
nights.
Get
a friend.
I got our friend Mel, who she's super based, and she's been traveling around taking all these nice pictures of nature, trying to clear her mind of all the garbage that's been going on.
She was like...
She used to be a mud shark.
Before
she used to be a mud shark, and now she's like
I talked to
way
her,
fashy.
Yeah, she was, slightly degenerate.
I think she's super pissed that she bought into the degeneracy.
She has become, pretty fashy, basically. And
I think she's really mad.
We
she
haven't
bought
talked to her.
Many such cases.
Yeah, well, I think
many such cases.
She spent her 20s being degenerate, and now
we would like to explore this one particular case.
But yeah, so we're gonna have a nice talk with her. But
yeah, that sounds interesting. I'll probably check that out. Where do you guys stream? Throw your channel in the chat there.
I will do. We stream on Michael's. It splits to Michael's YouTube. It's on my
she had a
Live, and then it's on Bitwave.
She had a channel that got gassed.
Yeah, my.
She was a bad goyim.
Okay.
I'm always a bad goyim, but yeah, we'll put them in there.
Aren't we
so
all?
if you're on any one of those platforms, obviously DLive. So there you go. But yeah, guys, this was
All right,
fun.
cool.
Sorry we joined so late, but thank you for staying up for us.
Well, I'm doing them every day, so of course.
I know we're such assholes. We joined so fucking late. I swear to you though, I got the notification, the 8:15 one. I'm like, oh, he's doing a late one, yay!
Well, we can't. I don't know how you do it every day. That's crazy.
What else are you gonna do in Bulgaria?
Well, that's a good point.
Hang out with the Bulgarians?
I assume that's why.
I'm just teasing. Just teasing.
All right. Well,
Oh, you're
thanks,
trying
chat.
to build an audience and stuff too, so you know.
Yeah,
Right.
Doing it
definitely
every
is.
day consistently.
You gotta
should
put in your
Helps.
dues.
Then
I should
people
be
get
doing it
in.
while
Yeah.
I was at work.
You gotta
Followers
take
today,
away
too.
away the audience from Brian, I guess.
Poor Brian. I like Brian though.
I know. I don't.
It's different. It's different, and
I
it's
don't
good.
think I even affected his audience because, like,
No, but for the other day, it seemed like you guys were having that little war there, and I'm just like, oh, come on.
Keck Kitchen.
Brian's
Why
alright.
is he still going by Keck?
well, I think because he was like getting weird about it. I don't really give a shit.
I know. I think it's because of his platform, the way he does it. Like, it's him covering news.
Yeah.
And I think that upsets him because it's like we're just sitting here bullshitting. We talk about current events, but then we just bullshit a lot. And you're just like, because you're fucking. What are you over now? 220?
288 as of right
Jesus
now, actually.
fucking Christ, bro. So you've gained 90 followers within a week, and I think he's still at 178.
I've gained
And I think that's like what
200
really.
something in the past 2 weeks because I've been doing it for 2 weeks. So.
Oh, that's 'cause you're base, Jacob. I think that's what grinds his gears. It's just the effort he puts in, and the output. Which I get it. It's yeah, it is what it is. But I like Brian. I like how he does it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But I told him, I've said it to him before, that he's got to have people on. He's just not set up to do it. He always
Yeah.
says he would join us, so you got to do that on your channel, man. You got to have people on.
That's why and actually I do put a lot of stuff into it, but.
Yeah, I know. And then you invite us on, and we just throw it all out the window.
Not right. I always keep it a relaxed atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm not
I know.
uptight kind of guy, so.
Until I start spurging out and saying all those gamer words that you love so much. It's like, I'm still on YouTube. I'm still on YouTube.
I am. I don't know how that's possible, but.
Because you kept the gamer words under control.
Did
Well,
I?
they'll find out about you eventually.
Well-
Watch, once you hit over 500, if you're not there already, then they'll come after you.
Yeah,
They
no,
wouldn't
I'm
let
only
you grow.
137 on there, so.
They do their best to not let you grow. Once you actually start picking up, like once you go over 1,000, that's it. Then they start watching you like a fucking hawk. Like, oh, you can get super chats now. We better keep an eye on this one.
Yeah,
He's trying to make
so
money.
bad.
You better be promoting.
I use
it.
Streamlabs anyway, so I can already get super chats that they don't
can't
take
even search
40%.
YouTube.
So.
You can't even search YouTube anymore and get like
Why would I even use YouTube super chats? Because they take 40% of it and all kind of
oh
bullshit.
yeah, it's so greedy.
Yeah.
Jewish fucks.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, there I go again with my goddamn gamer words. Can't help it.
I always say that all the time.
Jewish fucks?
Yeah.
I don't give a Jewish fuck.
I don't give a flying Jewish fuck.
Yeah, that's right. It should be a flying Jewish fuck. Fucking send them off rooftops. There goes my flying Jewish fuck. You just hear him screaming all the way down. Oh, Abraham!
Oy vey. All right. On that note, I'm gonna hop out of here.
Yeah.
It's good talking to you guys.
Jaime.
Good to
Keep it
see you,
real.
chat.
All right, Jaime.
I will.
That name
I
would
will
bug
talk-
me because it just reminds me of Jaime. So.
Hi.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It's also a very common Jewish name, Jaime.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Yeah.
They said back in the 80s.
Learn your
Jackson
J's,
referred to the
Mexican.
Jews as Jaimes, and he referred to New York City as Jaime Town.
Jaime Town.
Jaime Town.
Yeah. All right. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, HH Brothers.
Deuce, deuce.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it now too. So.
All right, man.
But we'll be on again tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So.
In Bulgaria.
Adios, people.
Yep. Till then. Adios.
Deuce, deuce. White power.
Just had it through that one time, didn't you?
Yeah, you gotta leave. You can't.
Texas won't let me in. I ain't gonna be here long. Not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. I ain't gonna be here long. Gone, my lungs are shot, and my heart's about to heal. But I ain't gonna let that bother me, no. So I'm drinking, smoking, Contra Rebels, son. I ain't gonna let that bother me, none, oh Lord. So I'm drinking, smoking, Contra Rebels, son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. I ain't gonna be smoking, Contra Rebels, son.